sweeps to get to this point, Rose. I mean, what a path so far for him. What stands out to you on this bracket?
Yeah, I mean, definitely has got to be Aquacord with the
Hey.
double reverse sweep. You're, I feel like if you're in Fume now, looking at like the route that Aquacord has taken to here, you're gonna be a little bit like, I have to be careful that I don't get snowballed here. And if you're Aquacord, you've got to be feeling, I think,
No
pretty
problem.
confident
Hey,
and pretty
Control.
good. But also, I guess on the other side of the bracket as well, EDCR Feinberg. Feinberg had to play 2 games yesterday.
Hey, everyone.
And both games went to a game 5, whereas EDCR had a 3-1 and then a 3-0 and looked really, really strong against B Salad. So I think it's going to be a really close matchup between those two. And
Yes,
I think,
yes, that is
definitely
happening.
we don't want to be counting out Aquacord because he's done the reverse sweep back to back.
Bro, if Feinberg
so
wins, that'd be crazy.
pretty close games, I think, today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think out of the 4 players remaining, EDCR has looked maybe even like by far the best. Like the performance yesterday against Deep Salad was absolutely ridiculous from EDCR to get to this point. And I'm super excited that we get to calm that first match today. But I kind of agree. Like the moment of the tournament has just been Aquacord reverse sweeping. And I am so excited for the Infume Aquacord matchup because this is a rematch of the LAN, Rose. I was there. I was there in the crowd.
True.
I watched this game happen, and it was an upset then as well. Aquacord was not expected to beat Infume. He was the last seed for the qualifier that we did at the LAN. So this is a run back. I know Infume is going to be taking this match very seriously, is going to be wanting to beat Aquacord, and I cannot wait for that one later on today. But as we said, starting with EDCR and Feinberg, and also, Rose, we had the announcement yesterday about the incredible MCSR
for the
World Championships that's happening, that's hosted by hosted by like us. It's gonna be on our stream, but also like with the huge help of Ludwig and Ludwig's team. We are like so grateful that that's happening. And one of the things that was happening with that was the top 3 players from this season would be qualifying for that tournament. Now, we've done some discussions because obviously it's not easy for everyone to drop everything on a month's notice and go to wherever. So we have an update for all of you about a couple of things that we want to talk about really quickly. So, first of all, Infume has already qualified because Infume was 2nd place in Season 9. Infume's qualified. He doesn't have to worry about anything. He's already
the 5-stream streak.
We've spoken to all 3 of the remaining players, EDCR, Aquacord, and Feinberg. EDCR has decided to not go, which is completely fine.
Yeah.
Like, we love that we get to watch EDCR in playoffs. We hope that he'll come to a LAN in the future. EDCR will not be going regardless of what happens.
I knew he wouldn't.
So because of that, we've decided that Aquacord and Feinberg have both secured their invites. They will both be going. They will both be competing, no matter what happens today, to the LAN. They will be going. So instead of there being 3 slots from this season of playoffs, because we literally can't get 3 new slots with the players remaining because Infume is already qualified and EDCR doesn't want to go, we're taking the 2 that are remaining, which is Feinberg and Aquacord, and that means we will be adding a 3rd qualifier slot to the 2nd day of the qualifier. Remember that there's going to be 2 days of qualifiers for players with that were top 100 base points seasons 8, 9, or 10. I think it adds up to being like about 150 players or so. And that first day, May 23rd, is not going to change at all. It's still going to be a bracket type qualifier for all the players competing. And then on the 2nd day, that is still going to be the same like LCQ format that you're all kind of used to. But instead of 2 people going from that, we're now going to take 3 people from that qualifier. So
I think it's top 100 face points from any of season 8, season 9, season 10.
There was RSVPs. You want to RSVP to go. It is free entry. And we have gotten confirmation by the big boss, Ludwig himself, has said on Twitter and also to us, but has been publicly stated on Twitter, that as long as you RSVP and you're there, you're at the venue, you've RSVP'd, you are going. You're going to get in. So don't worry about like, oh my gosh, is the venue going to have enough space? You're gonna go. You're gonna be there. So I know there was like an Andronicus tweet that was basically like, I don't want to drop $1,000 on a flight and then I can't get in. You don't have to worry about that. So that's really, honestly, super huge. Grateful thanks to Ludwig and his team, because we've already had over 600 RSVPs, which is crazy. Which is actually crazy. In the first hour, by the way, we don't have the updated numbers yet. but in the first hour, it was 600 RSVPs. You guys like broke the website.
The 7th stream streak.
Actually crazy that you guys did that. So we're super grateful. We can't wait to be there. I will be there. Rose, I know you've said that you're going to do everything you can to go, which would be super awesome. So that's the updates we have. I just yapped a lot. I mean, Rose, do you have any thoughts on anything that I just said? I think it's really cool. I'm excited to see Feinberg and Aquacourt at the LAN.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited. I'm also really excited for the LCQs next weekend as well. I think it'll be really interesting to see who's able to kind of grab those last few places. And I think the fact that we get to have 2 days back to back to give people the chance to be able to go, I think it's going to be really exciting. And yeah, hopefully I can be there, and hopefully I can kind of see everyone there. But it's going to be amazing.
Well, if you think about it, if EDCR wins.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That means I won because I took him out season 9.
What's going on? There's our nice little preamble to start the day. But we do have a match. We are playing Minecraft today. It is the finals. We're going to be doing 4 incredible matches, ending with a best of 7 grand finals. But
like,
first, EDCR
I wasn't in playoffs, and then he wasn't able to get taken out.
The capabilities, the powers that we have to see what these two players have in store for us. 5 seconds for real from Oliver, which is super cool. I mean, 2 very polar different players here. I think EDCR, very new gen. Feinberg has been around since like 1981. So
yeah,
I'm really
that's
excited
really cool,
to see
Hi, Daisy.
what the playstyle kind of looks like for these 2 runners here. But
Are you going to go inside?
I think overwhelmingly, Rose, EDCR is probably looked at here as a huge, huge favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been for the last, I think, 3 seasons, EDCR has been the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed. We talked yesterday about EDCR's win rate. It is 74% from season 10. It's currently 80% this season. Has so many incredibly fast times, a really fast average compared to Feinberg there as well. And I think having watched EDCR over the kind of 2 days that he's played, he's just looked so strong. This is the furthest he's made in a playoffs so far, and he just seems to have, like, something seems to have clicked for him in terms of his performance, and he's now kind of showing the exact same sort of skill and dominance that he does on the ladder, and he's now kind of able to replicate that into playoffs, which I think is pretty remarkable to see for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to see this matchup. Like you're saying, EDCR.
Are you inside now, Daisy, or are you still outside?
Demon on the ladder here, but I think, especially in a best of 5 when you're going up against someone so many times, I think the experience that Feinberg has from playing this game for so long is something that really matters. And also, obviously, Feinberg hasn't had the strongest, I would say, finishes in MCSR ranked playoffs in the past in previous seasons, but neither really has EDCR. So they're exact playoff resumes in that sense may not be the strongest, but Feinberg obviously has an absurd amount of tournament experience throughout his career and time playing.
I think she has no idea.
EDCR, of course, is has a real case for being the best ranked player in the world right now, just period, full stop. So it's a very interesting matchup between these two. And I think the thing that stands out to me the most, Rose, is just the average rank time for EDCR. I think like the only person that maybe has a faster rank time is like Infume or Duguile. Like a 9-10 average, especially across that many games with that win rate, is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so his speed that he has, his top speed, and the consistent top speed that he has. The fact that he is 28 seconds faster than Fine's average time is kind of definitely a thing to look out for, as well as that win percent. Another thing that kind of stands out for me is they've not played each other very much. So obviously last season they only played each other 3 times, and all 3 times EDCR won. They haven't played each other yet this season either, but they had played each other quite a lot in season 9, and I think it's EDCR had won 21 games and Feinberg won 15 games against each other. So they're pretty kind of they don't play each other very often just because of time zones. Obviously EDCR is British, Feinberg is American, but obviously EDCR does have kind of a much higher kind of win rate against Feinberg, but it's still close enough.
I'm shocked they played that much in season 9. Like, that's actually really impressive.
Yeah.
Normally, like that sample size is actually quite good. And I mean, if I like again, look at EDCR's win rate. It's 74% right now. It's like 80% this season. In season 9, which was, I guess, it ended like the start of this year. So it is, I guess, a while ago now. But that win rate for EDCR against Feinberg was 58%, which is much lower than this 75, 80% that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, we don't want to count Feinberg out here either. You know, we've seen with these with just purely relying on these seeds from the filter and we're not pre-checking them, you know, that has allowed for a little bit more kind of non-linear play and a little bit more kind of opportunity for different kind of decisions to be made. I mean, we saw EDCR send a 1-eye yesterday and, you know, we've seen kind of a little bit of a slightly kind of less formulaic, I think, playoffs approach from the seeds and kind of how these runners are playing. So, you know, and obviously the fact that they're both here in the semifinals, I think we can't count either of them out. And I feel like Feinberg's got some plot armor as well. You know, obviously he wasn't able to play last weekend because he was so unwell. You know, was able to, thankfully, thanks to Loki, they were able to reschedule. He played 2 matches yesterday. Both matches went to a game 5. You know, he is able to kind of consistently be there at the top. And, you know, this may be the furthest he's made. It's definitely going to be a close matchup between these two today. And I think the stats aren't kind of the only thing to kind of go off here. I think if we're looking at kind of the routes they've taken to get here, you know, Feinberg is kind of very, very scrappy, I think.
I think plot armor is the perfect word for what has happened with Feinberg. But I mean, also, like, listen, the dude felt horrible for like 2 days. Like, that was like the Elo slingshot, but like in real life. So he's on the Elo, but at some point the slingshot has to end. So I don't know. Maybe it ends here with EDCR. I know EDCR wanted to play NHB. He said that in his interview yesterday. Doesn't get the chance to do so, but maybe tries to take revenge here for his friend. I don't know if we have the seed selection ready to go, but I would love to see what these players are potentially going to be playing on here, as we should be hopping into this game relatively soon. And look at that, we do. It's a Ruined Portal pick from EDCR, which I think makes a lot of sense. I think EDCR's setting the tone immediately, saying, I'm going to pick a seed that I just think I am way faster than you on mechanically, just ranked-wise. I feel like this is my, you know, my kind of home base here for EDCR, similar to how maybe a Temple is for Feinberg. And I think this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by this pick from EDCR at all. I think, you know, he is a fast player. He knows he's on average he's faster than Feinberg. It's, you know, normally
maybe he wants Ship to be that, like,
in terms of if it's Obsidian completable,
because like he's obviously better than Feinberg on Ocean Seed, so maybe he wants it to save it for when if he needs to bounce back
very quickly. So I think he wants to kind of go in first game, keep that momentum, not give him a chance to kind of fight back. And you know, we saw EDCR yesterday 3-0 against Beef Salad, you know, very kind of commanding lead that he had. So I think it's a pretty smart choice, I think, if you're EDCR.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. Before we hop into this game as well, if you're on Twitch or YouTube, we have a pinned message to submit feedback. That's why you went to the scene, Oliver. You wanted me to talk about this. I get it now. We have a pinned message to talk about feedback. Also, check out, obviously, the World Championships link at mcsr.ludwig.gg. But we would love to hear your feedback. We've obviously seen a lot. We know this playoffs has had a lot of different things. We want to get your feedback as much as possible. On the form, when you click it, we've like detailed 2 sections. There's basically like a simple feedback form, which is basically just multiple choice questions. And then there's a detailed feedback form with a lot of similar questions, but gives you the opportunity as well to write as much as you want. So we're going to look at as much feedback as we can over the next few weeks. Obviously, we have a pretty crammed schedule with the ranked team doing playoffs into Ludwig, into just so much things happening, but we are very excited to take a look at it and do everything that we can to make it really awesome going forward. So go take a look at that. We want to hear all the feedback that you guys have, whether this is your first playoffs or your 10th or whatever. Anything is appreciated. So very cool with that. But we should be hopping into this game, Rose, pretty quickly with EDCR and Feinberg. Ruined Portal is the first seed. We've seen some pretty fast Ruined Portal so far. Do you want to have a prediction before we hop into this game here? The last prediction. I know you said on your bracket you have Feinberg going pretty far. Are you sticking with it here?
Yeah, I've had Feinberg winning on my pick'ems from as soon as the pick'ems came out. So I'm gonna stick with it, but I'm gonna say 3-1 to Feinberg. I think EDCR
3-1.
is gonna definitely get 1 seed at least, but I think I'm sticking with my instinct and what I put. It's not led me wrong so far, so that's what I'm gonna stick with.
I think EDCR is going to walk into this rank lobby and absolutely send Feinberg back to Mars. Like, I think EDCR is going to come in here 3-0, dominant fashion, show that the 3-0 against Beef Style was no fluke, and walk into the grand finals as the most intimidating player in a while. Very excited to see what EDCR is going to be doing. I just think, like, EDCR looks so, like, EDCR yesterday against Beef Salad was one of the most beautiful displays of Minecraft I've just ever seen in my life. And it's just a level of dominance where I feel like it's clicked for him. You know, like the first couple seasons, it was really tough. Like he didn't really have it figured out in playoffs. Obviously, always had it on the ladder, but I think as we've seen so far, any mental hurdle or anything, I think is gone, and I think he has a really nice path to the finals here against Feinberg.
My bad.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I'm still sticking with what my heart says, but no, I think EDCR looks so strong.
Listen, I respect it. I mean, obviously, Feinberg's an incredibly talented player. He's proven himself to get to this far, no matter what. He's gotten himself here.
I didn't see.
And we're gonna see. It is a ruined portal, as the seed suggests, but there's also a village here, so it's gonna be interesting to see how these runners decide to play with that so close to the portal.
Yeah, and you can see EDCR beelining for the house there to grab at least 1 bed and able to use the house.
Oh my god, this guy is so greedy
as well. And Feinberg as well, grabbing some hay
3 hay bales.
So only kind of killed, I think, 1 or 2 sheep. But just grabbing that extra food.
It's an unbreaking 1 sword.
I think interestingly, EDCR not choosing to grab the hay bales, but just killing the sheep instead. But it's going to be, I think, entering very, very fast here as well. Yeah.
EDCR is going to be entering significantly faster than Feinberg here. Feinberg having a little bit of trouble with the crafting, but we'll be getting another about 10 seconds or so later. EDCR getting the spike for the Bastion. Looks like some pretty simple terrain here. Just has to climb a little bit, but notice as well, we're just getting height. This Bastion's actually very close, and it looks like a housing here for these runners. EDCR really trying to wide macro, get something down. Is going to get in the
seat. We're just breaking the chest, and Feinberg's ahead now.
Has armor and should be good to start a top-down route now.
Yeah. Interestingly, Feinberg kind of running straight, like didn't kind of take the time to check the chests and actually started the top-down slightly faster than EDCR. I mean, they're pretty much at the same point now.
But the gold axe, so I think that was the big difference there to go for that, which makes a lot of sense with the gold axe. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that EDCR didn't go for that, but the way he was trying to play it, I think he was much more focused on trying to spot that fortress, knowing that there wasn't a great option to do so at the bottom of this housing. But definitely will give Feinberg a slight edge for right now, and because EDCR didn't get any of the information that he was really looking for there.
Yeah, not being able to see the fortress means now, you know, they're going to have to take the time to either continue to try and look from a different angle or to just have to use the pyro to find it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to. I think we have a 3 stream streak.
Feinberg checking this bottom chest. The obsidian count row is not looking great for these runners. Only 8 on the side of Feinberg, and I think EDCR has even less. Yes, 6 for EDCR. Be surprised if they get 20 here from trades. Feinberg only at 11 with a half a stack of gold to go.
I guess. Thank you.
Realizing that they're definitely going to need to figure out something else here. And maybe EDCR did spot the fortress because no real pie chart coming out here. And that might be a big payoff for him over Fine here.
Yeah, just kind of throws a really good pearl hang and kind of very confidently. So must have seen something. I think he's going to check the manhunt chest now for that last obsidian. It's not in there. Both runners, I think, on 15.
Feinberg also checking these outer chests now. I mean, there's just basically
EDCR,
1 or 2 outer chests.
Feinberg
has the 20. EDCR, I think, missed this chest. Didn't see it on the bottom. Just going to this one first.
Yeah, but, and that means Feinberg's out first.
EDCR missed this chest. It's the one to his
Yeah,
left. And he's just not going to it. There it is. Now he sees it. And now he's going to get the obby. But that allows Feinberg to get a huge edge because of... I'm really surprised. It had to be EDCR just not seeing that because, at least for me, and I feel like a lot of runners think this way, like, I would imagine the fastest thing to do is checking that bottom
Please
row
buried
of
zero.
if
it's buried, Feinberg can't hit
it. Work your way up. But EDCR kind of did the opposite, and I think that's just because he didn't see this.
Yeah, and that's kind of cost them the time now. You know, Feinberg.
Okay, why is Caraway so quiet?
Cycles, has already cleared out. He's already blaze bedded. So actually able to kind of make back the time there because he just found the chest faster than EDCR did.
And look at this change of pace for Feinberg. A lot of times yesterday we saw he would build his portal late or blind late, but already has the portal lit. Pre-craft's done with 2 rods only. So has a lot of time here compared to how he was playing the last couple days. But
he's dead.
Throws, gets hit by a blaze, gets absolutely launched past all the sand, was on 3 hearts, maybe thought he would live. It would have been weird to throw a pearl because then you land on half a heart. Maybe you land on a weird spot of the basalt. Maybe you take some suffocation damage. Maybe you fall in a hole. Awkward. Tried to just hope that he would live from the fall damage. Not going to be the case, and EDCR is blinded.
Yeah. And just immediately, unfortunately, getting, as he dies again, I think he's deciding to go for a slightly different... Yeah, he's grabbing blocks first. So realizing that he's not able to get back with what he has because it was a little bit far to get back to the
EDCR does win this. All good though.
His things, but just really unfortunate that the blaze was able to knock him so far off into the basalt.
That was a pretty crazy knockback from the blaze, but also, I mean, it's just something you have to be aware of at this level. Feinberg knows that, of course, and it's just going to be something now where can't let it affect you. It's game 1 of a best-of-5 set against someone like EDCR. I mean, Feinberg has a very good mental for playing in so many tournaments. I'm not really worried about that for him, but EDCR really in the driver's seat now and is going to realize, of course, that Feinberg just hasn't blinded in this time and is going to realize that something went wrong.
Yeah, he's going to see Feinberg's progress still says he's entered the fortress, so he's going to hopefully kind of be aware, able to lure the Wither Skeletons through his portal there as well, interestingly. But I think he's just waiting for his last rod, which has dropped now, so he's out heading to Cords, whereas Feinberg still having gathered some blocks to make the run back, but it's not looking good for Feinberg now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a close blind as well. So this is like right there. EDCR is going to get a really fast time. And we haven't even really talked about the pace, but this is a very high chance of being sub 8 here, assuming EDCR is going to build the portal soon. I mean, we could see the swapping of blocks around his inventory, his hotbar. Really impressive stuff. It's going to be about a 6.
He could misplace.
Stronghold here for EDCR. Feinberg trying to get blocks for some type of run back here, but not going to be really lucky on the bed explosion.
I don't know how. I don't know if he's... I don't know what he's doing.
And now EDCR is in the stronghold. A real chance to set the tone.
He could find 0 true.
Yeah. I think he seemed... Yeah, I was going to say he seemed fairly confident there and just finds it straight away. And he's going to be entering the end here. Not that many
explosives, though. I mean, 6 apparently.
Oh, 59.
3-bed 3 anchor, which is like kind of weird.
He just might not even go for it.
And it's caged, but also, if you're EDCR, you also probably
that suffocation was really weird.
You're probably fine. So 4-bed 2 anchor is like whatever. That's like for
he's
EDCR,
just not going for
easy,
it.
but not going to be able to go for the 0. Gonna go for the perch. Makes a lot of sense here. Feinberg, I mean, Rose. This would be for Feinberg
okay. If Feinberg wins this punch race,
that would take that would be a Herculean effort from Feinberg to win this perch race.
Yeah, and I think with max perch being, and I think the perch is there for EDCR anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Just a near instant perch. Good damage there.
VOD reviewed well. It's good.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too much of an issue for him there. Yeah, it's going to be EDCR taking the first seed. Yeah, unfortunate death for
this is still sub 8.
Pretty valiant effort to make the run back, but yeah, just other than the slight mistake.
Wow, EDCR is so lucky. How is he going to get instant punch?
Pretty good seed overall from EDCR there.
59-second punch. Like, oh my god, bro.
Well. Just a quick little blunder in the Bastion. I mean, it's still a 343 Fortress. Like, that's just absurd.
So
really well
lucky.
played, especially in that second half. Really just smart to not go for the 0, not push anything. Really smart with the nav. Really strong start from EDCR. And if you're Feinberg, I mean, you were holding your own. I mean, not even holding your own, Rose. You were ahead. You found the chest. You're in the fort. An unlucky death, but I think Feinberg's going to find a way to bounce back here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually don't know what C-type
like
Feinberg picks now.
Those kind of things you can't really control.
Because if he picks Temple, EDCR's better at Temple. If he picks Village, like maybe,
and, as you said,
maybe
he's very
you could make an argument
experienced.
they're I think they're closer on Village than they are
take
Desert
the time
Temple.
to think about, okay, this is what I did wrong, and then he's very quickly just going to be able to kind of move on from that. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue for him there.
No, absolutely agree with that. Do need to stall a little bit before we're hopping into this next game.
I think, yeah, obviously he's good at Temples, but EDCR is better than Feinberg at Temples.
Do you think there's any universe that it is not Desert Temple? Is there any world that it is not Desert Temple from Feinberg?
But maybe he just picks Desert Temple.
The only thing I feel like it could be, if not Desert Temple, would be Village, but I feel like if he picks anything other than
his average, the average means nothing.
I'm worried that someone else is on
1008 means nothing.
Because I feel like
I mean,
it's
it's
very much like his
The thought process is maybe you save Desert Temple because like this village, like I don't know what the games are called, but it's like chain reaction. It's like car park way something whatever. Like this seed was a ruined portal and there was a village, so you pick village and you get a Desert Temple on the.
Yo, let's just get the seed.
And then you still have your Desert Temple pick. Why am I getting question marks? That's good. That's a good way to think about it. So
I feel like this is like the tweet that you posted, because I didn't understand the tweet that you posted yesterday either.
You don't understand the tweet? It's like a sports meme.
No.
It's like I don't even know how to explain it while not sounding absolutely like out of my mind, but like
don't worry, do not worry. You already sound out of your mind. Do not worry.
Like it's chopped liver, bro. Like it's just like, oh my gosh, this is great. I'm going up against this guy who's been around for so long. I'm the new gen. I know everything. Like I'm gonna come in here and just absolutely wax Feinberg is probably what EDCR is thinking.
Okay.
Non-biased commentator, by the way. Love Feinberg. But I think EDCR, as we've seen in this first game, but I don't know. Like that first game was actually crazy. Like I actually can't believe that EDCR didn't see that chest. I actually cannot believe that EDCR didn't see that chest because it's something that's so there, at least for me. Like I mean, obviously EDCR knows the monkey chest and everything, but like having that little bit of like just a misplay there to like, I guess probably like low render and worrying about piglins, like that could have easily costed him this first game. Like really thinking about it, if Feinberg doesn't die.
Yeah, absolutely. It cost him about 20 seconds entering the fort. So if you don't have a death from Feinberg, there's not really, much potential for him to be able to kind of make that time back up. So potentially a little crack in the armor. If you're Feinberg, you're going to be thinking, okay, well, I was ahead going into the fort, so I played that better. So, even though he entered behind, he's going to know, okay, I did actually make up the time.
Give me the 70 streak.
I think it's still
so much.
It's still all to play for. I think if we take the death out of the mix, I think it was back and forth and it was close. So hopefully we're going to kind of see a little bit more of that from.
I think Daisy still has higher though,
which surely is going to be a Desert Temple.
Whoa,
what did I say?
Okay.
What did I say?
Okay.
What did I say?
Genius. I'm
so
gonna
be because you have the
village with a temple behind it, and yeah,
I'm so smart.
Lucky guess.
I promise we did remove Feinberg from all the production channels last season. I really do promise. But maybe we forgot a voice channel. Maybe he snuck in here and heard my reasoning and was like, wow, that's really good. Like I should do that. We actually haven't seen. We've seen actually a pretty fair split. I actually don't know what the split is for like rank. That actually be. Someone should do that research. Someone probably has done that research of like when you get a village seed, the chance of like each type of village that it is. I'd actually be really curious. I feel like plains and desert are actually much closer than people think. And I don't think we've seen like an acacia village or anything yet. I mean, Nerdy and Parker predicted
is he talking about playoffs or is he talking about
5% chance
rank ladder?
But I think desert, like Desert Temple here is like at least like a 40% chance. I feel
or is he? I don't know.
Potentially, like I like your thought process. You know, it could
Oh,
happen.
Jungle
Okay,
Village.
A
maybe
jungle village. Oh, of
Jungle
course.
Yo,
Temple,
Fiber
maybe.
loaded, bruh.
So you were kind of half right.
Yeah, I do see the desert village up
think
here.
it is,
I should
yeah.
take this a little bit more seriously. I do see the desert village up here. There's gonna be a blacksmith. It's right there.
There is actually
There is a temple. There is a
Is there
temple.
actually- oh my gosh, there is a temple.
Yes, on Fireberg's
Wait. Wait, that's awesome.
Hey,
He's
Fiber
not
is
going
delayed
for
by
it,
like
though,
2.5
so maybe
seconds.
No.
Not
Like,
gonna
it's
be the
stream
play. I mean,
delay.
obviously, in a real sense, there's no reason to ever go to a structure that's not the intended. Even though these seeds aren't filtered anymore, I mean, there's just no reason, especially when there's two blacksmiths.
Really,
on the
Dizzy,
tree
I
as
believe
well.
you.
Like,
I believe you.
that's, I guess, going to be the interesting bit here. Feinberg going for the aura play.
Why is
on
Fiber
the
doing
golem.
this?
I actually
Like,
love
just
this.
is he
This
bored?
Used to be like in 2020.
Is he bored?
This used to be in like 2020, like the craziest thing ever, like the coolest thing to go for.
Like,
And now I feel like it's actually not as hard as we once thought it was. Is there a third blacksmith? Or is it EDCR now has? There is.
Why
a
did he
third
do
blacksmith.
that?
EDCR has 3 diamonds.
Yeah, I think, or yeah.
Wait,
I
how
think
does he have 3
possibly.
diamonds?
Or I feel like he went to the same one that Fine went to, but obviously if Fine's only
there's
got
a
2
third- there's
diamonds,
a
then
third-
maybe not. Oh,
There's a third blacksmith, and Fiber just made a diamond sword. Why are we not checking the last
blood,
blacksmith?
blood.
I think maybe he just didn't pick the extra diamond out of the
Please don't be 19 on me.
like blacksmith that he
Oh.
went to. That's
The one time Fiberg
Potentially.
makes a diamond sword, by the way, he's not even gonna
That's okay.
fucking use it.
yeah. I mean, he was
I
he
mean-
was smart in luring the golem.
I have no idea,
but,
Cahout.
like, towards the blacksmith, but I think maybe he just didn't grab.
That would be interesting to know,
because they
though.
both have like loads of apples.
He's
So
not
he
gonna even
just
use the
didn't grab
diamond
the
sword. Like,
things out
he's
of-
actually not
Yeah.
even gonna use it. Like,
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know. I mean, okay, so let's think about this. Like, okay, so not having a diamond pickaxe is actually not that crazy because obviously most of the time in ranked, like you're gonna get your 20 obsidian, blah blah blah. It's like fine, but and like diamond.
is
sword
Fiberg
could end up
actually bored? Like, he's played this
helping
Overworld, like,
Feinberg,
he's just.
honestly in the blaze split or something. Like, sure,
I don't
maybe,
know.
but it's definitely not the correct play. If this bastion is like treasure or something, like EDCR is saving minimum like 15 seconds just on the route with the diamond pick here. So it's definitely kind of crazy, something to watch out for sure. And EDCR is also going to be in the nether pit.
He knows he cloned land and just
Yeah,
doesn't
and
fucking
kind of
care
sees
anymore.
the spike,
Like,
a little bit of kind of weird terrain to be able to get there, but I think EDCR just had a much smoother overworld than Fine did, and spots the bastion now. I can't quite see. I think it's bridge.
It's a bridge, so it's actually
Yeah.
oh, he's
probably the
EDCR's doing load
best
still.
bastion, I would say.
No
for-
mind.
I mean, I've never really thought about this, but like off the top of my head, I'd imagine that bridge is probably the best for Feinberg in this case because you're really just losing the time on the gold blocks mine, which might be somewhat significant. It might be like 4 or 5 seconds, but
Yo,
I don't
low
think it's
key,
anything
Fiberg.
that crazy. Plus, you don't really have to worry
Is
about
Fiberg made up time
How crazy
for
about, but EDCR
He
just hit a
needs-
Oh,
bomb and
shit.
die.
He's
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
it
He
just
just
falls
Oh.
into
into
gold. It doesn't matter.
Resets.
And reset
just
the whole
full
sea road.
resets.
Or no, he didn't reset
Yeah.
the whole. Wait, did he? Yeah.
Why did he
did.
reset?
he did, yeah,
Full reset. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Daisy.
Because he was stuck in a
Why
he
did he
was stuck in
reset
a
though?
1x1 hole basically with 2 piglins.
I don't know.
He was digging.
Is
in
it just a
because-
mental reset? I'm
Yeah,
kind of
that's-
confused. But
I
like,
mean,
you still
now it
reset.
doesn't really
You
matter
still
so
lose
much
2
about the diamond
minutes.
pickaxe potentially if he's now he's about 3.5 minutes behind. So unless there is a death or a mistake from Fine here, it does take a little bit of
So,
damage on the bridge.
He
but
is technically 3.5 minutes behind, but I actually think like on this, he's probably realistically like 2.
Yeah, because he's gonna play this
Probably
Overworld a
like 2
lot
minutes
faster
behind,
because he just
which is
knows
still
it.
a lot, but I mean, I don't know how you get back in it. I mean, Fiber could get hit by a blaze for 400 blocks again. It is double single bridge here, so maybe EDCR has like some crazy route that Fiber doesn't know about that could save him some time.
Oh, is
but
it
Feinberg
double
has
single? I
a
thought it was
lot of
left
picks
triple.
here for
Never
double
mind.
single. It's also
I thought it was
Crimson,
double.
so that's
I thought
gonna
it
help
was
out.
left triple.
I mean, that is a crazy death and a crazy like
Yeah.
just a wild situation that EDCR was even in. I don't even know why any of that happened. I'm gonna need a full
Yeah, he was-
analysis.
yeah, he was digging into the bastion, but I don't really know how that ended up happening. I did also then, while half looking at EDCR's screen, there are 3 blacksmiths, so you were right. But I think because Fine was leading the Iron Golem to the second blacksmith, he never checked.
I mean,
the
it was
third
left
one, so he
triple.
I
didn't
don't think
get the
either
extra
player checked
diamond.
the third.
I was right.
I
Fiberg said
don't know
a
what-
stupid
EDCR
dummy.
did that time, but yeah,
Oh, he did. He did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he did
okay.
that time. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, fine.
And he saw that as well. Oh wait, no, maybe it was the terrain he took. He
his
didn't see,
trades.
but then he
EDCR
just never
still
even
kind of
checked if it was left triple anyway.
getting ready to re-enter here, but gotta be very, very frustrating.
Feinberg is genuinely not caring. It actually looks like Feinberg doesn't care.
A game and a half in.
Yeah, he should do DK pivot as well. Yeah,
This is the semifinals. Like, I don't know what is happening, but EDCR gonna try and get back in this game here.
He's shooting cold blood and just doesn't care now.
This diamond pickaxe actually might matter a good bit here.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
never mind. They have 22
no, he gets it. Never mind. Yeah, he grabbed the one back.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's
there.
Bro.
And
FB, man. FB, bro. FB. FB. FB, bro.
I'm not able to block clutch.
What is happening?
FB, man. FB. What are we doing?
Technically 4 deaths because Feinberg died twice on the first seed.
Yeah.
What is happening?
I don't know. EDCR struggling to get into the bastion here as well, taking more damage. I mean, it's a little bit easier potentially of a run back because he didn't need to reset. He knows kind of roughly where he died. All of his stuff is going to be there. But definitely opens the door for EDCR to kind of come back here. I mean, Feinberg is going to know that something's happened to EDCR, but he's not going to know what exactly.
Yes, Daisy. Yes.
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, yeah, this is playoff semifinals right now.
I mean, this is also like I don't know how Fine is. I mean, I guess he's gonna be able to get back. I'm assuming he knows where his pearl hang is here, but I mean, 8 blocks, 2 hay bales. You'd have to mine wood to get like a.
He's jumping down with the hay bales.
We're just gonna drop. We're just
fuck
fully
you.
dropping down.
Yeah.
So this isn't that bad for Feinberg, but I mean. God,
what are we doing, man?
Right now? Like 90 seconds. Also, this is just a triple. So why didn't Feinberg go to the triple? Because I guess a lot.
He's still ahead, but like I
no idea what's happening.
That death is just so preventable. You know, EDCR's got 0 advancements, and you're throwing a blind pearl hang like that. Like it's actually just like.
I think EDCR looked like
I don't get it. I don't get it.
More pigs potentially. He's at the triple. I mean, Fine does see the fortress now, I'm pretty sure, on his screen. So not too much of a time loss, but it definitely cuts the time down for EDCR to kind of come back here.
Yeah, and this is now, like, Feinberg does have the diamond.
I don't know if Fine wins. He has not played this seed like he cares. He genuinely could just fucking die again.
Keep in mind, that'll make EDCR's life slightly harder here. But, like...
Yo, I take it back. Feinberg's using the diamond sword. He's using the diamond sword.
Clear win. Like he's maybe ahead by a minute, 70, 80 seconds, like at absolute most, which is a lot at this point. But I mean, we've seen that get completely obliterated in Stronghold Nav or going Accords or Perches. Like anything can happen at this point, and I definitely don't think Feinberg is safely winning this game yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, EDCR is kind of on 19 obby, so almost about to leave. He's got the pearl hang. Yeah, and he's out already. So Fine is getting ready to blind, but he's only got 1 rod. So there's definitely still, I think, potential for EDCR to make up the time here, definitely. It's far from over.
He's in the fort now. Feinberg only 2 rods and
Feinberg never found his 0, by the way. True.
You're right. You're right. Gonna take some time away from organizing the inventory. This also looks like a different spawner for EDCR. Has the beds ready to go. Also, something to keep in mind: gold pickaxes. I'd be curious about. EDCR does have this one in his hotbar. I'm not sure if he has any others. Fine does not have the ability to make any other gold pickaxes here, but we've seen that be something that can really matter on a 0. Or going to Accords or anything like that.
I have a feeling they're going to enter at the same time. And I don't know why, but I just have a feeling they are.
So that's another way that EDCR can get back in this game. But Feinberg, 4 rods now, probably going to blind, is going to do so. So still in the lead, but EDCR Rose is rapidly approaching.
He is 7 blazes behind, Crowway. He is 7 blazes behind.
Or getting ready to as the next blaze cycle comes in. But yeah, it's the gap is closing, definitely.
600 block blind for EDCR. It's 800 for Fine. So it's closer for EDCR, but not that much. It's also pretty much entirely closed in for EDCR. Oh, no. When he blaze bedded, there's so much terrain now peeking out. Feinberg still needs 2 more rods. They both have about the same amount of explosives.
Is he still going to slip 2i?
Catching up on rods. Feinberg maybe like 30
Imagine.
seconds ahead on blaze cycles. I think.
Yeah, and after kind of deaths from both runners,
he's done it before in ranked ladder.
Kind of back up to being even.
Yeah, that Pohang is crazy. He's just on court.
Or is he? No,
it's got to be an error on the. It's got to be an error on the overlay. Yeah. Fine has 5 rods, right? Like it just has to be.
It said I think it is an error. It said he had 19 obby. No. It said he had
8 eyes and he only grabbed 1 rod there. That's the only.
Everything else is disappearing.
He said he had. It said he had 19 obby earlier when he had 20.
The obsidian's going away.
Don't be a fucking idiot.
I don't think he realizes. I think he.
Oh my god, he's killed less blazes than EVCR and has the same rods. He's left on 2. He's left on. It's a 3i. Oh my god. 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 Oh my god.
It doesn't even matter.
Oh my god. He actually doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's playing like an idiot. He doesn't care. He's playing like an idiot. He's playing like an idiot. He's playing like an idiot.
There is no way. This seed is not real.
He's playing like an idiot. He doesn't care. He actually doesn't care. Why is he doing this?
Feinberg's gonna get to 94.
Why is he playing like this? What? Is it Feinberg playing?
I mean, gets here. I cannot believe what.
What is he doing?
We are witnesses.
What is he doing?
This is crazy.
Did he think EDCR was gonna send the 2i? Why did he do that?
Double bet should kill.
Like
And
why did he do that?
This is now
it makes 0 sense to send it.
After a beautiful 12-minute performance where we sent a 2i after 2 deaths on this seed.
Yeah, he didn't even mean to send the 2i. You can see him pause as he gets to
just genuinely what?
Into the portal. He crafts his eyes and realizes that he didn't have the amount of rods that he thought he did. I'm in shock. I don't know what to say. Wow.
So normally when Fulham asks for an analysis, he's like, "Yeah, I think I got something." Like, "Yeah, we could do an analysis here." Fulham, analysis, please. Please, analysis.
Playoff chat is killing Feinberg.
We're gonna get him set up, but that will be happening. I mean, I don't even, what is there even to take away from these splits? A 3-minute enter Bastion difference. EDCR brings it back within a minute in the Finding Stronghold split. But actually within 11 seconds Finding Stronghold.
Bro, I actually cannot believe he did that.
The rods are different, but Feinberg just sent the 2i without even realizing it. And wow, this guy has. You said it, Rose. Like he has plot armor. Like I don't know what else to say.
He does. I don't know what to say. And it's also the fact that you said Desert Village with a temple, and it was as well. And there was 3 blacksmiths. Fine only checked 2. EDCR dies, then Feinberg dies, and I'm gonna need a long, detailed Fulham analysis for that seed.
Fulham,
wow.
Yeah, Fulham is ready. Fulham, take it away. Holy smokes! Tell us what's going on.
Did he actually say that? Did he actually say he thought EDCR?
Ready, but I don't know mentally.
Is that true, or are you just lying?
To try and analyze that seed, it's a.
I was insane.
Because I think he's still an idiot for doing that.
That's an abomination of a ranked playoffs match. Season 10, 2026. 2 seeds in, and we've seen 4 deaths amongst those 2 runners.
They did this yesterday as well. I think it's just an accident with the new system they're using.
An abhorrent but beautiful showing
Bro.
of truly what this game could offer us. Now, in Seed 1, I wanted to really talk about the difference here in the fact that, Feinberg was able to find this obby chest. It allowed him to have that 20-second advantage going into the fortress. And I really wanted to talk about that, how that can really, make or break the seed. It really didn't end up mattering, did it? Feinberg didn't get out of the fortress by the end of it, but let's talk about it nonetheless. So, as we were saying, Feinberg comes here, and one thing that I want to note is that he has not.
Is this the buggy chest of the obby? Is it this one right in front of him? How did you see I missed this?
Did. So maybe with that reduced render distance, he was really struggling to find where that obsidian was and couldn't find exactly, find this secret Mungie chest as Feinberg's able to.
I think, is it a coincidence that the playoffs I'm not in? It's like,
generation here
it's just kind of Mickey Mouse. Is that a coincidence? Or
just behind? And obviously he beelines straight towards it, checks it, and finds the required obsidian, getting him up to 20, allowing him to leave the bastion and enter the fortress 20 seconds before EDCR. And then all of that advantage got entirely nullified by the fact that we got knocked off the fortress by a blaze and died. This was the first death of the seed, of which there were 2.
Okay, that hit is kind of crazy.
Admittedly,
that is kind of crazy. Oh my god.
He is on soul sand.
Who get that blaze of knockback shield?
You do take a little bit less knockback than normal, and you could say it's unfortunate, but he's at the apex of his jump, and given the fact that happens and that interaction with the blaze melee, he's gonna get knocked back quite a lot.
What the
It's
fuck?
a little bit wild that he got knocked back so far, and it's a little bit wild that he didn't go for a pearl clutch on 3 HP.
You know, he could have pearled. I don't know why he didn't
leaving
pearl.
yourself on half a heart is not something that you always want to do,
Well,
and he does end
surviving on half a heart is better than
taking
dying.
another death after instantly beelining back to the nether to reset, but EDCR was able to take that first seed. And then seed 2 happened. So, yeah. Do we want to talk about... I don't... So let's start off in the desert village, right? Starting off in the desert village, looting the first blacksmith, being like, oh, boom, okay, 2 diamonds, got my iron pickaxe, so what am I going to do here? I know I need to kill the golem so I can grab a bucket and a flint and steel, so let's grab the golem. I can aggro the golem. Notice I don't have any blocks, so you know what? I'll aura farm and I'll kill the golem without pillaring up. It's a technique that you can do. It's a little bit risky, but I like the play. It's a little bit fun. I actually quite I enjoy it, right? It's pretty cool. We take a little bit of fall damage here. Dropping down, the golem goes on top of the blacksmith, but he was like, oh, wow, hey, look at this. It's another blacksmith. I didn't even know this was here. Maybe I don't even have to kill the golem now. Let's have a look in the chest. Goes and checks the chest. So 3rd diamond. Now, I think that there's been a lot of debate at the top level.
Oh, he just left the diamond.
Pickaxe or an axe is better. And by debate, I mean very, very one-sided. If you're making a diamond axe, I think you might be stupid.
Yo, what the fuck?
The vast majority of people are at least going to grab that 3rd diamond and then choose to make that diamond pickaxe. Feinberg, however,
feel a bit cooled out.
Doesn't. And had the option to, and had the full knowledge that he had to in his inventory. Okay, bear in mind, you're a little bit stressed. An iron golem is chasing you. Sure, there's a little bit of the playoffs nerves are there as well. It's early in the morning. You can make as many excuses as you want, but that is a out-and-out misplay from Feinberg that he just didn't notice. And then EDCR went to the bridge. And EDCR went to the bridge bastion and tried to dig down on the terrain and opens it up to 2
Oh, okay,
pigs.
this is kind of his fault.
Unfortunately, as he's here trying to mine out another block, he actually hits that piglin. Meaning that even though he has gold in his inventory and he can drop that gold, the piglin that he hit is going to stay aggroed. So unfortunately for him, no matter what he does in this scenario, he can't get out. Equally, look in his inventory right now, no boat pre-craft, which is something that I really wanted to bring up because a boat may be able to help you out of this situation by jumping, placing the boat above on the terrain, and then getting into that boat, leaving both pigs in that 2-block deep hole. But with no boat in the inventory, there was nothing he could do. And he was resigned to the fact that he was, in fact, dead. Even after dropping the gold, there was nothing he could do. Resets the world and starts again from scratch.
I'm not really sure why he reset.
But Feinberg wanted to give him every single chance and opportunity
No, this,
to get back in
I
seed
cannot believe Feinberg died like this.
Reducing his render distance down to 2, and when leaving, after throwing that pearl, raising his render distance once he had that 20th
is he just not ready to clutch? Like, how does he die from this?
Raises his render distance and lands on the side of a tree with 7.5 hearts. Something that people may not have realized is that he did actually attempt to throw a pearl. And I'm going to show you that in his inventory right here. 16 pearls. Notice that he switches to that last slot and does throw one. But unfortunately, because of the terminal velocity he was falling at, wasn't able to hit.
I can't look at that link. It's bad in the UK. Can
little bit unfortunate, but also little bit of maybe uncle reactions right there. You know, he's one of the oldest players in the bracket. Probably just going to have a slightly slower reaction speed. You'd never want to put this guy on an AWP if you're playing
Oh.
2. So it is 2 seeds in.
No,
it
but
is
like
1 all.
in
I
fairness,
don't know what to predict.
he has
is gonna
said
happen
before
next.
it's different in
I
playoffs. He has said that
I don't
before.
think I would have seen there being 4 deaths in the semi-finals of a ranked playoffs in 2026. But we've already seen that, so who knows what's going to happen. I'm not going to try and predict it. You guys go crazy with the predictions. I'm going to send you back to Curry and Rose.
Thank you, Fulham. So, just in case you thought the 2 seeds that have happened so far weren't crazy enough, because I just don't know.
No,
what's
apparently he
We're currently
did,
in a
Daisy.
pause
Apparently he
because
said.
Feinberg spilled
Unless the
Gatorade
plus was just
all
lying.
over his setup. So,
Someone said
I don't know what
Feinberg said
means
that
for
he
us,
thought EDCL was going to send that, but unless they
we're
just
gonna be
lied.
here for a little bit.
Oh, really?
I know
Okay.
Rose has a story
So,
that she's really excited
that
to
person was
tell
just
that
lying.
I'm
Good.
sure it's going to be really normal.
Yeah.
So,
Don't be
Rose,
lie.
why don't you just take it away until we get told that something is happening in the Minecraft space?
Okay, so obviously I told my ant story last week, and from telling the ant story,
Okay, so I
actually
think everyone.
reminded
I
me
think
of
we're
an
stalling
even
so Feinberg
wilder
can
thing
eat.
that
I
happened
think
to
we're
me.
stalling
So
so Feinberg can
this
eat
is
or
quite a few
something.
years ago now. Is when I was living.
Oh yeah, or like he
with
smoked
one of my
something.
really close friends, and one evening we're just sitting in the living room, we're just chilling, and then we just hear this like scratching sound, and I look at her and I'm like, do you hear that? And they're like, I think so. And I was like, it kind of sounds like a rat. But like, bear in mind, we're
Bro,
on like
what?
the second floor.
What
in,
is
like,
this
an
playoffs match,
apartment.
bro?
So I was
What
like,
is
there's
this
no
playoffs
way there's like
match?
a rat in the kitchen. Like, there's like, how would the rat have got into the building? Like, we don't, like, there's no entry point. So they were like, okay, I'm gonna check. And I was like, okay, you do that. And I like hide behind the sofa because I was like, I don't want to see. And they open the like cupboard under the sink, and then like she
You can do that, Daisy.
screams and she's like, oh my god, it's a rat. And I'm like, there's no way it's a rat. And they're like, yeah, it's a rat. And I was like, oh my god. So this is at like 10 o'clock at night as well. So we're like, what do you do? So we like call the landlord, and the landlord's like, what have you done that you've got a rat? Like, we'll send pest control, but we can't do anything about it now. So then we like panic and kind of like we like duct tape all the cupboards up, and we're like, we just have to go to bed, and we just have to like leave it for now, and we'll deal with it like tomorrow. But like we like go to bed. Yeah. We go to bed, and we come back then like the next day. She goes to work, and she's like calls me, and she's like, I need you to check if the rat is still there. And I'm like, I don't want to check if the rat is still there.
It's better than if it was just a
so while on the phone, I go and I like open the door into the living room, and
pause. cliffhanger right there, because now we have a story for the next tech pause. It's perfect.
True.
Cliffhanger for the next tech pause. Is the rat still there? We'll literally never know. Oliver, take us to the seat selection screen, because Feinberg's stupid. And literally, as soon as we like, oh, we need a stall, I go to his stream. He's legit doing like practice. He's practicing. So I don't know. Anyway,
it's fine.
Now we have the stuff. Now we have.
Yes, Daisy, I agree.
Ready for
we
when
can't
Feinberg
see them.
spills something else on his keyboard. Who knows? Anyway, EDCR picks Desert Temple because I don't know. I guess that makes sense at this point. I mean, EDCR is going to be more up to date on the TNT Bastion routes, but Feinberg's not going to be upset about this at all. I don't think.
No, I mean, we know we were expecting Fine to pick Desert Temple on the previous seed. We know this is an overworld that he's really, really familiar with, really comfortable with. But obviously, as you say, EDCR pretty familiar with the kind of more up-to-date TNT Bastion.
I don't think it's that interesting
to see
EDCR
developed, whereas Feinberg is perhaps,
win rate.
Less kind of used to.
I know last season he had like an 80% win rate at Desert Temple.
Desert Temple works
that is
well
my win rate.
For
that's
our
embarrassing.
Kind of like decision-based players, because you have a lot of things that you need to think about. There's a lot of things to manage. We saw yesterday
he's an 87% Temple win rate
against Loki. The way he managed his food and his golden apples was able to save him a lot of time, because he
Temple is his best overall seed type.
So depending on the amount of rotten flesh you get in a Temple seed, if you get golden apples, that can play a really key role as well as if you're looking for your flint, your enter.
I see what you're saying. Like, that makes sense actually. Yeah.
Hopefully.
So EDCR can technically play like two of his seeds that he would want to play.
See a river. So
I think there was a river right right behind them, so I think they're gonna be okay. I was just
Yeah.
lava pool.
Honestly, that's actually not.
So many to
That's
choose
true,
from here.
actually.
Feinberg is. I just like can't believe. So he said in his match chat, quote, "If I lose, it's because there isn't a year of grime on this mouse pad, and my mouse is too fast." So he has a new mouse pad.
That's disgusting.
And I guess that's a good W cope. W cope.
Yeah, no, it's good. Get the excuses out early just in case.
Oh, good.
I think the trees are quite far here. Okay, not too far. There is another lava pool right next to the river, so actually a pretty nice overworld. They have got a golden apple as well, so depending when they choose to use that or when they have to use that, can also be quite important here. And Feinberg messes up his TNT for the gravel as well, so that's going to cost him a little bit of time.
Yeah, EDCR getting that now. I think already blew up trees, so that's why EDCR looked a little bit behind, but didn't get that much wood from it. So probably gonna have to blow up another tree here, or at least mine a couple more logs. I really like the stone sword pre-craft coming out from EDCR, something we're seeing some top level runners do. He is gonna grab a couple more logs before heading on over to the lava pool, and is also gonna kill a cow on the way. I mean, a little bit surprising. I mean, it is literally right on the way, but we've seen that be a bit of contention amongst top runners of like, how much food am I grabbing, if any, on Desert Temple Seeds? I actually really like when runners do grab like that one cow in the way.
Oh,
doesn't
I
have that,
see.
EDCR does, and we'll see how that.
It could be a huge difference depending on how much you got.
Yeah, a little bit shaky, I think, on the crafts as well for Fine. Potentially the mouse pad there coming into play, but he is going to be entering just a little bit behind EDCR here. I think he sees the Bastion, but I'm not 100% sure. At least he's very confident on the direction that he's going.
Yeah, very confident here. It's very open terrain as well. Feinberg looks to be going.
This is really open. Bridge again.
Some different terrain. Still going to end up on the same spot, but it is a bridge, which is fun with TNT because you just get to blow up the chalice. So that's really cool. Yeah. Triple on the left that EDCR is going to see. Triple on the right as well, I believe. Not 100%. Couldn't see that well.
Is it
but
double triple?
Going to be blowing up the chalice, and we'll have his pick of where he wants to go here.
Is that the fort on the left?
And
so.
still just ahead here. Trying to, basically going for Sug, But maybe like 5 seconds ahead at this point, potentially. Maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, 93% win rate on bridges is absurd.
Wide macroing forward. I didn't see it from him. A lot of Piglin's going to go in the auto funnel here. Feinberg's probably going to set that up as well here. Yes, he is. He's looking pretty good here himself, but EDCR still comfortably in the lead for now, and is going to go to the other side and check the obsidian.
Yeah, both runners now got their pigs set up and trading. But yeah, EDCR kind of both runners looking for the fort at the same time as well. So neither of them saw it on that nice long kind of run up to the Bastion. But really, really close here. Just a little bit behind for Feinberg here.
Yeah, just a tad. Let's see what the obby count is going to be for EDCR. 19 at the moment, but has that.
There is like 2 second stream delay for Feinberg, so like he is like it is closer than it looks as well.
Only 1 from the cow, but still going to be helpful.
But he is way more further behind in trades.
0 later on, etc. F5 crafting. Not sure if there was a strategy behind that besides looking really cool, but I liked it. And at the spawner here, Feinberg should be leaving soon. Just waiting on that
3
last piece
strays right
gets
here.
it and is going to raise his pearl hang now.
Good.
Yep, so again, still just very, very close, but still EDCR just in the lead here. Oh, it does have a blaze spawn on him, which does kind of interrupt him mid kind of TNTing the spawner, but not too much of an issue.
Makes sense. EDCR building out now. Feinberg blowing up the spawner. Does blow up a blaze, but is potentially able to get the rod if it dropped, but it might have been blown up by some other TNT as well. Has some strays in the distance, but it's not going to be anything worth going for at the moment. EDCR is going to keep a slim lead so far, but going to come down to how far this measurement is for both runners. Going to come down to how they play this endgame out.
He threw out FNS. Wait, why
Yeah,
did you?
and Fine
Did he just
still
do that like
without
instinctively?
any rods there, so must have obviously lost the one
Does he
from
have iron?
his TNT on the spawner, which
I mean, he's still
could
down there, but he's gonna
cost
realize
him
right
a
now that he
little bit
can't
of
light
time
his
here. 4
pole.
rods for EDCR, only 2 for
Wait,
Fine
he has
so
fire
far.
charges.
Yep. EDCR blinding now.
Alright.
See how far this measurement is.
All good?
4 rods only, though.
All good. All good. All good, Julie.
Does have to
It's
throw
Just
a
fucking
really
lie.
far, though.
Yeah.
2,000 blocks away. So what this is really going to come down to here is how they manage this terrain.
No, I don't know why he crafted FNS if
going
he had fire
all
charges,
the
so
way
I
to the
don't really
stronghold
know
for
why he
runners.
did
I mean,
that.
that is
I
really
did see
far.
him craft FNS.
Yeah. And there's, I think, a lot of kind of different options you can take here. We've seen terrain decisions come into
Really,
play
for the first time this year.
in a number of games so far this playoffs. And also, depending on how they manage food and the damage that they take, are they going to use the golden apple to be able to pearl further to get to the terrain, or are they going to save it so that they don't have to hunger reset? It's going to be interesting to see kind of what decisions they make, as I think
Okay.
EDCR just waiting for 1 rod, I think Fine waiting for 2.
Sure.
Yeah, just gonna
But
be waiting
he's looking
here.
around. Fine is really looking to see his terrain options a lot more than EDCR has been, I think. He is going to go for this stray here. Doesn't drop anything, but he takes the
Does get the
advantage of
pearl
that to
hang
be
off,
able to,
though.
yeah, to throw a good pearl hang there as well. EDCR is on 6 rods now, so he is leaving. Takes a stray shot from a skeleton there, so he does have to eat his golden apple.
Flybook does need to kill 3 more blazers.
But Feinberg dealing with a skeleton.
Nicely for EDCR.
Yeah.
Still needs 1
Okay.
more.
A little bit of
Good
a
W
kind of
bow clutch.
shaky moment there. Yep.
Feinberg still having to wait. I mean, we know EDCR killed 19,
Yeah.
so Feinberg still has to kill probably 3 more to be able to leave here.
Yeah.
And that
Guess a
doesn't
3
matter. EDCR getting close to cords here, actually just on them. So he's going to build a portal on the Bastion, which is always fun. And we'll see where this puts him. Should be pretty standard here. Yup. Like some spike there, maybe. Not a huge fan, but is going to commit.
Mhm.
Has some light. It's a library, but there's the portal room
Yep, and
past
finds
it. Feinberg close now, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Way better terrain
EDCR
from
Yeah,
Flybook,
and-
but
with a
EDCR
commanding
is just way more
Yeah.
ahead.
Feinberg did get to cords a lot faster than EDCR. I think he had a really good pearl hang there.
It's a tough 0. Going to be universal offset here, but so many explosives for both of these runners. Going to be completely fine here. EDCR standing on the exact perfect block. Be pretty surprising if this dragon flew. It's not going to. It's going to be a great double bed for EDCR. And maybe we'll even finish off with a 3+2 here. Just so slightly off. It's going to finish it there. And that's going to be 2-1 EDCR. A bit of a normal seed after whatever we watched in the first 2. That is much more up to pace. And a really nice job from EDCR there to finish this one off.
Yeah. Just a lot kind of faster
Yeah, Fine's
entering,
pulls to
a
cords
little
are a
bit
lot
less
better.
shaky as well. You know, Feinberg
Save
had
a lot of time.
a few just kind of shaky moments with the crafting. And yeah, I think, EDCR is definitely pulling out all the stops here as he takes it to match point.
Absolutely. I mean, looking at this splits here, Feinberg just never really was able to get a handle on this one. But, I mean, again, W Cope, he had one, warm-up seed with his new mouse pad. Maybe feels good going into this next one here. EDCR, 1 game away from making it to the grand finals. I mean, Rose, we haven't really talked about the prize pool. This is technically a $1,500 game of Minecraft here. Because winner of this is guaranteed second, and second gets $1,500. So winner of these games gets guaranteed $1,500 with a chance to win $3,000. So a lot at stake here for these runners. And also, because the prize pool isn't getting paid out of Feinberg's pocket anymore, he actually could win money instead of just having to pay other people less. So on the line for both of these runners here going into the seed 4.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're EDCR, you know that from that seed, very kind of normal, no shenanigans. So you were going to be feeling pretty confident now. It's match point.
Yeah.
You had you were ahead throughout the whole seed, and he just played that really, really well, really confidently. So I think now with Feinberg having to pick the next seed type, I think it's going to be interesting what he goes for here, because I think he's only really got the choice between Ocean or Ruin Portal, and you're probably not going to want to pick Ruin Portal against EDCR if you have the same kind of seed that you've just had.
But I actually think Feinberg will pick Ruin Portal because I don't think Feinberg likes going Ocean. I really don't think Feinberg likes going Ocean.
Yeah.
So I think out of two bad choices, he's going to take the least bad one, maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe Feinberg goes like BT here. It wouldn't shock me, but I think he's probably going to pick Ruin Portal. I think Shipwreck is like completely off the table. I don't see Feinberg taking.
I don't think he wants to willingly go Ocean.
He's going to be much more comfortable on that. We're going to see. Literally right now, it is Ruin Portal. So, I mean, not a lot of other choices there for Feinberg that he wanted to go to, and is going to take his chances. I mean, there's some weird stuff that can happen on Ruin Portals. Feinberg, deceptively fast sometimes. I mean, maybe has some tricks up his sleeve here.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also, if we think back to Seed 1, if we kind of ignore the previous two seeds, but if you think back to Seed 1, Feinberg was ahead going into the Fortress on Seed 1. He obviously took his unfortunate death to the Blaze, but he was able to make up the time. So I think, as you say, he doesn't prefer the kind of Ocean seeds. So, and if you've got a Ruin Portal overworld that's just like a little bit different to the norm, if you've got to do kind of lava completion, or if you've got another structure, like we saw, we had a village in the first seed, then that could potentially open up the door. And Feinberg's been having a couple of fast times lately. This season he's got a 6:08 on a Ruin Portal, which I think is faster than EDCR's top time. So he's definitely a runner who does have that pace. So I think of the options that he had available to him, I think this is the smartest one to go for. And it's as we've seen so far already in this series, anything can happen. So it's definitely far from over as we head into match point for EDCR.
It is match point. The Ruin Portal's right there. It is going to be Obsidian completable. EDCR, after never making it out of the first round, has a chance to make it to the finals if he just wins one more seed. Meanwhile, Feinberg trying to keep this magical run of his alive. No iron pickaxe for either runner, but the gold pickaxe will be really nice for now. EDCR going to get to the stone first. And, I mean, this should be a pretty quick answer.
Well, actually, Feinberg got to the stone first, but he's stream delayed.
Feinberg going to grab one more cobblestone for a shovel. EDCR is not going to care about that. And the 21 Nuggets Rose is going to make it so that they're not just relying on this, 3 iron obby or 3 iron chests that's guaranteed in the Bastion. They could find a couple nuggets in one of them
that cow, bro,
to craft an iron pickaxe and start a route.
Yeah, definitely, and that's something that adds a little bit more of a kind of disruption to your Bastion route as well, depending on the Bastion that you have. If they enter the bridge, you are kind of wasting more time. You having to go to the almost opposite side to where the chalice is, to where your gold is. Whereas if it's something like a stables or a housing,
4 stake versus 2 is really pretty huge.
So depending what we see, as EDCR is going to be the first one into the Nether here, whether that's going to make much of a difference.
So really close Bastion, and it looks like a housing here for EDCR. Gonna break in to get this single chest first, block off the piglin, play really safe. No
but
iron.
Feinberg just skipping straight to the triple. Could pay off.
Play a little bit more risky / aggressive here.
You just get the iron pick.
That double chest is going to be enough for the iron pickaxe. So now
he's ahead.
Slower. I don't think he's going to go back to check that chest. I think he's just going to send it here. I mean, he has 12 obsidian already, and now all of a sudden, Rose, Feinberg's going to take the lead, and that's huge going into this housing Bastion, which is usually very linear.
Yeah, and EDCR, going for that single chest there, if
Yeah.
design in there,
I think if
it
EDCR had
could
a
be the right
shovel,
play, but
it would
in
have
this
been
scenario,
better. But
it wasn't
he
the
also just
correct
didn't have a
play,
shovel.
and you know,
Like,
Feinberg is
so he
going
had
to
to
be
punch through
ahead
like
starting
2
the
soul
route
salmon,
here.
which is just really slow as well.
We didn't see the fortress as they entered, so you can see them starting to adjust their pie chart to be able to find that. But yeah,
I mean,
that could
Feinberg's
be
play
the
definitely makes sense.
slight
He's just
edge
entering
that
behind. Like, he should
Feinberg
just send
needs
the
here.
triple.
Absolutely. Gonna be going for this route here. Something that's not often talked about is the ability to metagame in these games. Feinberg talked about it in his interview yesterday, how he really likes focusing on player advancements and stuff. He's going to know that EDCR got War Pigs first, but also realize that he did not get acquire hardware. So wondering if that could be, he could be thinking maybe EDCR is going to go for that first chest, and realizing that it doesn't have like acquire hardware or anything, Farmer's going to skip it there, try and keep pace. Could be something going through his head. Could just be random, but something to keep in mind with the advancements for both of these runners, because at the highest level, they are acutely aware of what the
just
other player is doing in the game.
EDCR's pearl hang was
Yeah,
way
and a
better than
really,
Feinberg.
really big pearl hang from EDCR actually means that he is going to be leaving first, because he took the time while he was waiting for the last of his trades to kind of push a little bit further
Oh,
out.
if Feinberg's
into the
in lava,
soul
this is
sand,
not
and
good
had
for
a really,
Feinberg.
really nice first pearl out.
EDCR
And
playing
he's
for
going to be at the
strays of
fortress
5RD.
first, because Feinberg
Oh.
wasted a little bit of time getting stuck in the lava here.
A lot of strays here for EDCR as well.
Wow.
Nothing on the screen for Fine. Actually does get 2 here, but not going to be the same amount of EDCR. And this is a very fast seed. I mean, we're in the fort.
Yeah, I don't know why Fine
340
just didn't
Fine
play
looking
for
Strays
strays.
here, and gets it first, and that could be huge.
He
because
just didn't
EDCR
even lower
hasn't
his
seen it
RD.
yet and is in a completely different part of the fort. Rose actually in the bad part of the fort.
Oh, 3
So,
strays here
yeah,
as well.
I was going to say,
He's
even
got
though
more
EDCR got strays, but
strays.
gets actually 4 more.
Is that
So,
4 or is it 3?
I mean, maybe it's not going to matter that much that he hasn't
Or
found a
is
spawner
4.
yet, but if these rates are really bad, Feinberg is in a better spot here, I think.
Oh my god,
there's
3
more
more
strays.
strays, 4 more strays,
There's
5,
more
6, that's
strays, so it doesn't
5!
matter.
Oh my
So,
god!
I mean, EDCR's on 3 rods now. Fine is still on 1.
But
so
look, Feinberg is
more
going to be on
these-
either Blaze
If
killed.
these strays drop,
And there's a
then
spawner hit for EDCR though.
it might not matter at all. He's on 4 now. Only needs 2 more rods. Fine needs
Never mind.
significantly
He's still
more.
4 blazes
5 for
behind.
EDCR. Just completely different fortress.
Who's
yeah,
the
and that's
strays?
6, so it
And
doesn't even need to
EDCR's
worry
just
about
out.
the spawner at all, and he's going to be blinding.
Absolutely unreal.
True,
Feinberg
Daisy.
3 rods behind. I mean, EDCR, we know, killed 5 more blazes than Feinberg did, so is not going to get it off of just this cycle. Going to have to wait for 1 more entirely, which might just be the nail in the coffin for Feinberg here, depending on the stronghold map and the rest of the game. It is about a 1,500 block blind, which is not the closest, but definitely better than the last seed, and EDCR is going to be able to fully leave right now, and Feinberg's going to be stuck here still in the fort.
Yeah, and he's got a much better position to leave from as well from EDCR. He was, a lot higher up, not as enclosed as the spawner that Fine is on. So he's actually been able to take really nice kind of clear terrain to where he needs to go, whereas Fine is kind of looking for the best angle to send his pearl hang. EDCR is going to be, I think, pre-crafting here, but I think he's going to, make a gold pick as well to just make getting to these chords a little bit faster. But tries to do a boat crawl and messes it up. Does get it on the second time, but that does buy a couple of seconds for Fine here. But it looks
Feinberg
like
is
EDCR
out now, and
pretty
this
much...
terrain, we saw Feinberg make up so much time on terrain last seed, but here, especially without a gold pick, it's going to be pretty hard for him, especially with EDCR building the portal now. Feinberg still has a good bit of a way to go, trying to lower his render to see any C value, but not seeing anything that he's really happy with. Meanwhile, EDCR in the stronghold, where's the spike going to be? Has something that he likes that direction. Going to try and go down to find it. Is this the portal room for EDCR? Yes, it is.
It is.
And now is fully in the driver's seat for this game.
It comes down to if EDCR can hit the 0.
Fine is now
he's just
building,
gonna
but
hit it
he's on
because
very, very
EDCR.
low health as well. But EDCR is going to be the first one into the end, and it's all going to come down to making sure he hits the 0.
Front 85. I mean, Rose, you can't ask for much better of a 0 for EDCR. Gonna push it pretty high, though. Has a lot of explosives. Purposely did this, kind of early, but should be fine. Only went to 97 on 99. but it's totally
I
fine.
think it's anchor though.
Fully charges the anchor, and that's gonna be it. EDCR, someone who we've all known has this potential to make it to finals, has got to be feeling great here. Finally gets across the hurdles, beats Feinberg after a crazy Cinderella run from him, and is gonna be our first finalist today.
Yeah, I mean, you know, EDCR has just been playing so well.
I mean, good job to EDCR. He's played really well,
you know,
and he's got past the nerves.
deserved. I mean, we've known that he has been an absolute demon on the ladder. So being able to see him now kind of have such a really dominant run as well. You know, 3-1 in the first round, a 3-0 against B Salad, now 3-1.
Yeah, I think if I did beat him, he would have really known how to get past the nerves, and I think
in the finals,
it really comes down to me.
Well. And you can see there where he just made up, you know, significant amount of time in the fortress. You know, Fine was so close behind, and then EDCR just able to play those strays so well and get the rods that he
I really hope he
needed,
thanks
and
me.
also the position that he was in just allowed him to have much better terrain to be able to get to the stronghold. He entered first, and yeah, just played the seed really well.
I mean, we're not even really mentioning it. A 7:21 is crazy fast as well to close the seed out here. Really nicely done from EDCR, and I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the seed there. The strays really ended up being a big moment there for EDCR, but I mean, played for it, lowered render early on into the fortress, got what he needed, and played amazingly throughout these 4 seeds. Besides whatever was going on in seed 2, which we'll just chalk up to you know, it happens. There's always some of those seeds every playoffs, and it was a fun watch. But EDCR did an amazing job here and is a very deserved first finalist for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And really happy for EDCR as well. You know, he's not had the kind of best like first 2 runs into playoffs, being out in the round of 16 both times. So I think it's really nice to see him heading towards the finals now, and I really look forward to the matches that we have coming up with the finals. I think, you know, he's on excellent form, ignoring seed 2. He is on excellent form, so I'm really looking forward to the finals.
Absolutely. We will be having an interview shortly with EDCR. We're getting all the tech stuff for that situated, sorted, seeing what we can do there so that I'm not camera delayed and that we get to do it actually on the correct program instead of Discord, because otherwise it's going to be a little scuff. But we'll see how it goes. We'll get EDCR in here. I'm just excited to just ask him how he's feeling. Like, it's just got to feel good, you know, to finally get over that hurdle. And, you know, no one wants to see someone who we know has the ability to be so great stumble a bit, and being able to really perform this playoffs has been just an absolute joy to watch. And for Feinberg Rose, I mean, what a run.
Yes, we all want Aquacon to be Infume. We will be supporting Aquacon. I cannot live in a world where Infume is 1 playoffs. I can't do it.
Feinberg for way too long and seen him dominate so many different formats. It was cool to see him make it all the way to the final day here. And really hold his own through a lot of different elements. So shout out to Fine. And good job today. Trying his best.
Now it's being weird.
Through whatever happened with his mouse pad. I don't know what he did, but
yeah,
good job.
Hey, he's got a good excuse now, because he had obviously the mouse.
It's a great excuse. It really is like a great 5D chess play from him.
Yeah, and he does get to play again today. We do get to see him in the 3rd place match. So
that's true.
You know,
I actually totally forgot that we have 3rd place matches.
Yeah,
that is totally true.
Yeah,
Feinberg could still win some money. Could go to the 3rd place match. I mean, what a world that would be if the 3rd place match was like Infume Feinberg. That would be a crazy game.
Yeah, that would be.
Who knows? I mean, next up will be Infume Aquacord. We have gotten word that, as everyone really loves, you will be getting my delayed camera, and the quality will be syncing for the next 5 minutes or so. So don't write any comments. Let's focus on the interview with EDCR, who did an amazing job, and we're gonna get that sorted. Literally, I'm assuming right now. So I'm gonna do this, and we're good to go. Oh. We're going to be swapping over momentarily here for the interview. EDCR is basically ready. And by EDCR being basically
he grew himself a
Oliver
chod. He didn't realize he had public charm.
And then we'll be good to go. But yeah, I'm excited. It's always fun to interview these players after this happens. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Did the rat escape the cabinet?
Well, I don't want to. Like, I feel like we don't have that much time for me to explain the next part of it.
It was a good first time chat message though. No, it was a good first time chat message.
Is that what someone said? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like
listen,
no.
It's fine. I'm sure there'll be other things we can stall for.
Yeah.
Or listen, W stream promo for yourself if you want to hear the rest of the story and we don't get to it today.
True.
Oh, I guess you have to go check out Rosebeam's Twitch. Oh no, what a disaster! Like, oh my gosh,
that's
like that'd be awesome. There you go.
And these kind of things always happen to me. I always have these kind of situations happen to me. So
I really have only known of you for like known you for 2 weeks, and I feel like you have an animal story like every other day. Like it's actually pretty impressive that this keeps happening to you.
Yeah. Yeah. There's more as well. I had a mouse in my classroom when I was teaching as well. That was a good one. That was
That's
fun.
good.
The student was like, "Miss, there's a mouse in here," and I'm like, "No, there isn't." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then and she was like, "Yeah, it's in the corner here. Like I can hear it." And I was like, "You're just lying to me." And then we go over and she moves the box and there is a mouse. So that was fun. Having to
That
deal with
sounds
that.
so awesome.
Yeah,
That
I went
sounds
and got a
so
more
awesome.
adult to deal with it because I was like, I can't deal with it.
So you know what? Based on what Oliver just said to us, Rose, finish the story.
Okay, so it's the next day. My friend is on the phone to me, and they say you have to go and check if the rat is still there before we can sort out like pest control or whatever. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I open the door to the living room and I make like direct eye contact with the rat. And I scream. And I slam the door to the living room and I'm like almost crying in fear because I'm like, how has it escaped? Like it's just right there in front of me. But interestingly, what I did notice when I made the eye contact with the rat is that the rat is like not the rat isn't. I'm trying to think what what I'm trying to say. The rat wasn't like it wasn't all brown. It was brown and white. So then I was like, oh my god, it's someone's pet rat. So someone's pet rat has escaped and got into our flat. But like no one's allowed any pets in the building, like as a first note. But I'm like, okay, so like what do we do? So she was like, okay, don't worry, like I'm gonna bring Joe with me after work. Joe is like this like the toughest like lighting guy ever. Yeah. And so she was like, me and Joe are gonna come after work and we're gonna catch this rat and it's gonna be okay. So I spend the rest of the day hiding in the bedroom with the door shut, like sat on the bed in like pure fear. And she comes home from work and she goes into the living room, and I hear like a shout and then I hear like the biggest laugh of my life. And it turns out that our escaped pet rat was actually a hamster. So someone's pet hamster had escaped and found its way into our flat in through like the vent for the dryer. So I spent the whole day basically crying, hiding in fear of a hamster, not a rat. Yeah. So and then we made him a little like temporary home, gave him some food, gave him some water, and then handed him over to the animal shelter. And I do believe he was later reunited with his owner.
Incredible.
Yeah.
A happy ending.
Exactly.
Phenomenal stuff. Yay. Yeah. Well, guess what? We stalled enough. Oliver's ready to bring EDCR in here, and we could talk to EDCR about the wondrous game that just happened. Whenever that transition happens, which will be soon. EDCR, congratulations. You've made it to the finals. What is going through your head, dude? You gotta be super excited.
Yeah, I'm really happy to make it this far. I started off kind of shaky in the games against Feinberg, but like I found my rhythm and I started winning, so I'm really happy about that.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, talk to us. I mean, seeds 1 and 2 were kind of just all over the place from both perspectives. I mean, I'm assuming you probably figured that Feinberg died in seed 1, you died in seed 2, and Feinberg also died in seed 2. How do you kind of like? And then you had like the Feinberg spilled stuff on his keyboard, Gatorade incident, all that. Like, how do you even go through that as a player? Like, what's going through your mind through the pauses, through the deaths? Like, how do you keep yourself composed?
Well, it was definitely really scuffed. I don't know. I kind of just tried to use that time to focus up, like prepare myself mentally for the next match, make sure I'm as ready as I can be.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. It worked out really well for you. You did exactly that, winning in the next 2 seeds. I mean, Rose, what do you got here?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, obviously, congratulations. It's actually been so nice to see you playing at like the level that we know that you can play. The one thing that I wanted to ask you about was on that last seed, you played.
Yeah,
I've never seen
EDCR's
so
not
many
going
strays in a
so
fortress
long.
before. But I was just wondering, kind of, I think your just the thought process of when is it a good time to try and play for strays, when is it a bad time to play for strays, because sometimes obviously in your case it worked out perfectly, but in other cases it doesn't work out. So I was just wondering, kind of like, how do you go about making that decision?
Well, that was pretty much a perfect fort for strays. Like it was complete. There was no terrain around, so all the mobs had to spawn on the fort. Like it was a full lava lake. Also, the biome is taken into account. Like Sosan Valley is definitely the best biome for strays, and Crimson is definitely the worst.
So no,
I think it
Daisy.
was
Infume's
Neverwast's
spot would go
biome
to
there,
4th place,
which is
but
like pretty
EDCR's
good.
spot is
So I
going
just
to
decided to play for
LCQ.
it, knowing he would
So there's
probably
a
play for
3rd
it too.
spot for LCQ on the 2nd day.
Okay, no, interesting. Interestingly, though, he didn't actually play for strays, which is, I think, where he kind of lost potentially a little bit of time
Yeah,
on
I
that
don't
last
know. I
seed.
think it's just
I do
easier
also
to
want to
do.
take you all the way
But
back
yeah, it's the
to
worst
seed
format.
1, if you can remember, obviously after the chaos that we had. But you, before Feinberg died in the
No,
fortress,
it's
he
going to
was
be
able
for
to
the
make up
open
the time for
LCQ.
you, because you
Or
were kind
whatever
of
you want to call
struggling a
it.
little bit with finding the last chest for the obsidian. So I was just kind of wondering, was it a case of did you not see the chest, or did you kind of check in a different direction? Because we were trying to figure out kind of where you kind of may have missed where the last kind of 5 obby was.
To be honest, I was kind of in my head about that from the game yesterday against Beef Salad, because I know I missed an obby chest there, and it kind of was in the back of my mind the entire time while I was looking for it. So I kind of just had a blind spot.
Makes
Okay,
sense.
no, interesting. Yeah, no,
I
it
have
does
no
make
idea.
sense.
I don't know.
I'm done with my questions. I don't know, Corey, if you've got any more.
Yeah, I mean, I want to hear your thought as this obviously incredibly high level player. This next match coming up, you're a finalist. You've won at least $1,500, so congrats on that. You have the chance to go up against Aquacord or Infume. Any predictions? I think a lot of people probably are thinking that it's going to be Infume, just because you two have been so high on the leaderboard for I think like the last 3 seasons now, and kind of finally seeing that in the grand finals would be crazy. But I'm curious your thoughts on that matchup. Any thoughts you have on the players or their play styles, and kind of what you're expecting to come out of that and who you're going to play.
Well, Infume is definitely the better player on the ladder, but I feel like Aquacord has really proven himself this playoffs to be really good at managing pressure and playing well in tournaments. So I don't know. I think I would rather play Infume,
You should
but
be Zed, Daisy.
Aquacord is definitely no slouch. Like he's definitely a very scary opponent too.
No, makes a lot of sense. I mean, thank you so much. I don't want to take up any more of your time. You get to enjoy the next 2 games and then get ready for the grand finals. So enjoy it, and maybe we'll talk to you again after grand finals. But thank you so much, EDCR, and congrats again on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, WEDCR seemed really happy. I found what he said pretty interesting, Rose. He said he'd rather play Infume. That's kind of crazy,
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
It's a really it's an interesting kind of one to want to play, but then maybe, I guess, number 1 seed, number 2 seed, but Aquacord's been scary. We've seen
Oh.
him
I would not want to play
Oh.
Aquacord.
yeah, we've seen him reverse sweep Dougal and Mungie. He's beaten
That makes more
Infume,
sense.
at the LAN. He's a really, really good player. I mean, everyone is a very, very good player in playoffs, but I think the way that Aquacord has played in this tournament, I would hesitate if I was EDCR. I think for
Yeah.
him, I think maybe Infume is the easier option.
It's going to be crazy. I mean, we're super excited to watch that match, but it won't be the 2 of us. We are going to be going on a hiatus. You'll see Rose and I in the grand finals. And when we come back from this quick break, we're going to have Nerdy and Parker take you for the second semifinal.
Hey,
match
Carway
of
and
the
Bros
day,
for
which
Grand Finals is really
Infume
good.
and Aquacord. Do not go
I like that.
anywhere.
Why don't you want that, bro? You can keep him bad. He's annoying and he probably has bad intentions. He's already banned before. Why? Bro, whenever I leave full screen, my whole browser just fucking kills itself in Minecraft. I need Aquacore to win. I don't wanna see Impune win. I'm a generational Impune hater. And I'm proud. I agree, Fryer, but yeah, I don't know. I think more people deserve to be banned. I mean, I'm not gonna say why I hate him for you, but I respect him as a player. He is really, really good at the game. But I just, I don't know. I'm not gonna speak my mind. He hasn't done anything wrong. I just personally. No. I don't remember who made that. It was the same person who made the Zero map, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember that name though.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Season 10 finals. Excuse me, semifinals. Sorry, I had a little distraction there for a second. I had the stream on in the background, so I just heard myself with like a 3-second delay. That's very unprofessional. I apologize to everybody, but we are back here. So excited for the semifinals. We've got up first for our games that we're commentating together, Infume versus Aquacord. How are you feeling about this game, Parker? What are your thoughts?
I mean, good. I really like both storylines here. I'm excited to see Infume in the final day. I'm very happy to see EDCR already secured in that final spot. But I think Aquacord, Aquacord's just kind of like, he's just getting the work done, Nerdy. He's winning. He's reverse sweeping. If we have another reverse sweep here, I'm actually gonna lose it. Aquacord has been like really showing himself, proving himself to be one of these top players, and this is Infume's like real good shot at winning the whole thing. And so I think it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to watch some Minecraft.
No, I fully agree. I mean, I feel like the Aquacord double reverse sweep is not getting enough cover. I feel like I'm not seeing enough people talk about that. That's crazy. I mean, how often do we even see reverse sweeps in general? And Aquacord did 2 in a row. So I feel like that is ridiculous. Also, doing it against 2 very good players, like where he was arguably, could have been seen as not the favorite to win the match. I don't know. I just think taking a Dugile and Big Monkey is just like, that is an impressive on its own, but reverse sweeping both of them, very impressive stuff. Of course, also a bit of a rematch, Parker, from the LAN, where we saw Aquacord take the win. Again, maybe some people were seeing him as sort of the underdog in that situation. So I feel like Aquacord in general, just a player that you really cannot underestimate and has proved time and time again that he has the ability to take a win, even if some people might doubt it. You know what I mean? So I definitely think this is going to be a great matchup. It's going to be exciting to see either of these players progress into the grand finals. And then, of course, after this, we have the 3rd place match, which we will also be commentating, me and you, Parker. So, I mean, at least even if, a player doesn't take even if a player does not take a win in this match, if I can get my words out there, we will see them shortly in just a few minutes afterwards to get the 3rd place match. So I'm excited for that. I'm also looking forward to looking at the feedback form, which we've gotten pinned in chat. So make sure you take a look at that. If you have any feedback, I'm definitely going to go through. I know that the ranked team in general is going to read through all that feedback and make sure playoffs improves time and time again from here on out. So definitely, if you could do that, I think we fixed it. So you don't need to put like a bunch of feedback. I think at first it was like a bunch of required questions or something like that. And so that's been fixed. So now you can just put in as much feedback as you'd like. We'll go through all that. It'll be great. But yeah, I think with that being said, I think we should be ready for our player spotlights. So let's get right into that.
Beautiful, beautiful. So many stats to look at here. I mean,
44 to 18, like that looks crazy, but
that's a little bit scary if you're an Aquacord
honestly,
fan. I mean,
I don't even think that's
won 18 times,
bad for against Infume.
44 losses against Infume. That's a little bit scary. I mean, to be quite
Like, it
frank,
is
Infume
Infume.
has some of the scariest stats all over. Like 904 average time. Is that the best average? It might be the best or the second best average we'll like see, and it's a little bit scary if you're an Aquacord fan looking at all of these.
No, 100%. I mean, Infume stats are absolutely nuts for season 11 as well, maintaining that those crazy stats. And so it's definitely not like this is Infume's game. I think like a way that I've heard Infume's gameplay described a lot, and sometimes how I feel watching, and I've watched a lot of Infume, commentated over a lot of Infume games, and it does sometimes just feel like you just sort of blink your eyes, you open, and then suddenly Infume's ahead. Like where was the timestamp? I didn't see the timestamp. Where was the time? What did he do? I feel like there's some players that are like Loki, for example, that will just go for some crazy play, some crazy zero, some ridiculous boat clutch or something, and it's like wow, that was incredible, and you can see the timestamp. It makes sense. But with Infume, sometimes it genuinely is like you look away for a second, and then suddenly, boom, magically he is far ahead, and that's just Infume's game. But again, I do want to stress the fact that Aquacord did beat Infume in a tournament, right? And so they're like, despite the fact that might be 26 games behind in their record, which is a lot. Like that's very significant statistically. But I mean, at the end of the day, these 5 games, if we even have 5 games, are all that matter, right? So we'll have to see how this pans out. Definitely, I think Infume is favored to win this one, but I do not want to count Aquacord out after the back-to-back reverse sweeps. And I think we'll get into the seed picks here shortly. But yeah, off the bat, I think it's fair to say that Aquacord maybe a bit of an underdog, but certainly able to take a win here. And I do not.
That's why I like
want
watching these things.
him.
You know, you can never predict what happens. I don't think many of us would have predicted the amount of deaths that happened in just the last matchup, and it really just comes down to these handful of seeds, and that's what makes it so exciting. You know, it's not a matter of, oh my gosh, who has the best stats, who's better on average. It's who's better on the day in these next couple of minutes, who's going to make the mistakes, who's going to make the better plays, and I think we're going to see some really high quality gameplay.
Yeah, 100%. I am curious to see what the seed picks are. What are your predictions early on here? I know you've been. I have spoiled it for myself. I'm sorry, Parker. I have spoiled it.
Oh, okay.
Infume's pick is up first. What do you think?
So Infume's picking, right? He's the higher seed. I mean, like, I think it's just got to be Desert Temple. It's worked for him in the past. I see no reason why he wouldn't like stop that trend. So I'll just say Desert Temple.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see. I think we'll get into that screen here shortly. I have seen it, and you are right. Okay, I think admittedly this one, I as much as I love crediting you, Parker, this one I think is not super surprising. Yeah, not necessarily super surprising. We know that Infume likes to pick the Desert Temple first. I think that makes sense.
It's not my because my bad bracket against him, bro. I couldn't care less about that.
I think that will go a long way in giving him just a little bit of an advantage, both in the overworld, of course, but also we've seen Infume very often be able to sort of take advantage of.
I just dislike him. I don't really want to. I just don't like Infume, and that's okay to not like people.
Faster,
He's obviously really good at the game. I just don't like him.
Not having food, but all that matters is the comparison to the opponents. You just need to handle the low food.
I'm not going to go to why because that's just like weird to do.
I think Infume a lot of times just is very good at not taking damage, very good at maximizing every little hunger notch, every single heart to his advantage in order to go as quickly as possible. So very excited to watch this one. I think we'll get into the game here shortly, but I think the Desert Temple pick there, Parker, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think it totally makes sense. Interesting. In my head, Aquacord also, I feel like he kind of is good at... Aquacord just feels like a bit of a scrappy player. Maybe it's the fact that he's been reverse sweeping and like just holding on like by the very edge. But I think Aquacord's also going to be dealing with these low food seeds very well. So I don't know if we're going to see as much as an advantage to Infume. As for example, in our first matchup that we saw with Infume and HDMI cables, I think Aquacord is going to be a lot better matchup, and so that's why I'm even more amped for this one.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I definitely think that I'm gonna say my early prediction here. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Oh man, what I want if I could script this, I do want an Aquacord reverse sweep.
Really?
You know
okay.
What?
I mean, that would
I'm
be
gonna predict that.
3 reverse sweeps in a row.
I'm gonna predict it.
I respect it. I respect the pick. Yeah.
I know that's like so unlikely, and it's a very specific order of events. Like, not only do you have to get the scoreline right, but you have to get the exact order of the wins right for all 5 games. So, I mean, what is that? Like in my head, it's like a 1 in 32 at least. But I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. And so I'm gonna say the Aquacord reverse sweep is what we're gonna get. It's gonna be fantastic, Parker. What about you? What do you think?
I mean, if yours comes true, you're just gonna look like an absolute genius. I think Infume is gonna win this one 3-1. That's probably a basic pick, but I mean, this
they already
this is what I
picked
have
his
in my
temple.
pick'ems. You know, I have Infume and EDCR in the finals. I think it would be like poetic to have both of these semifinals that sort of like mirror each other, a 3-1. So that's what I'm going for.
Okay. No, that is fair as well. That last game between those two was very fun to watch. So I'm not going to complain if we get another 3-1. I mean, I feel like obviously game 5s are fun, but I think the main thing I like is just at least going to a game 4, right? Making it feel like a little bit close. is always good. But yeah, I mean, maybe I'm greedy here asking for a reverse sweep, but I would love to see that. That would be, I mean, from either side, it would be crazy. But especially from Aquacord, 3 reverse sweeps in a row would be a legendary moment. I mean, 2 is already legendary, I feel like, but 3 would just be crazy.
It would be crazy. It'd be the defining moment of this playoffs for sure if it happened. So I mean, only time will tell. I think there's a good shot of it. It would be crazy.
And yes, I am looking forward as well. I know, yeah, because we're gonna be commentating the match after this one. So the good thing is, even the player that loses will still get to commentate and see what they have to offer in their 3rd place match going against Feinberg.
Wait, finally!
Then,
Holy
course,
shit, that felt like an eternity. Oh my god!
Go against EDCR in the finals, so I'm very, very excited to watch that as well. But here we are, Parker. We're in the temple. And let's see what this temple has to offer us. I didn't see too much in the overworld there outside of the temple, but we'll have to take a look.
I mean, there's a shattered savanna biome, so we have some interesting terrain, but it might make it a little bit more difficult to spot like some lava pools. We have no flint at the bottom of this temple for us here, so it's really going to be a question of who's better at searching here. And Infume looks like, even just mechanically, just a handful of seconds ahead of Aquacord exiting the temple.
Yeah, clearing out some of the stuff from his inventory on his way to these trees now. Going to be looking around for some flint maybe, perhaps. In this
spots the lava pool. I don't know if Infume
if he was trying to force a ravine to the gravel, but
yeah,
so instantly,
good point.
I'm
I feel like he just lost time in that.
Positioning here better. There's a lot of mountains.
If Aquacord, it just sends woodlight.
Maybe there's some gravel in some of this terrain here that's going to be easy, and this is just looking really good
right
for
there?
Infume is so far. Does he have a lava pool?
I don't think so, but look at this. Infume going an entirely different direction here, and getting flint along the way. So Aquacord has to go up here to get the gravel on this. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, just entirely different overworlds from these 2 runners. I think Aquacord is ahead, but it's very, very interesting. I don't know. I mean, I'm honestly not entirely sure between the 2, and so we now see both runners getting all their crafts off and able to, I mean, maybe a little bit of a miscraft there from Aquacord crafting some nuggets, but still is going to be a couple seconds behind, I think.
Okay, they're just gonna enter the same time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Infume
really
had a lava
close
pool
here, Nerdy. Infume is actually starting his lava pool slightly faster. Was not expecting that, but I mean, just having to climb all the way up to that mountain, just a lot of time loss. But I mean,
Infume messing up the portal.
Wait, Aquacor's ahead
then. This is close, Nerdy. This is close.
Yeah, it's
nearly
funny.
The same second enter time.
Yeah, exactly. Totally different overworld plays, and they are entirely neck and neck. So very interesting to see some micro mistakes there from both runners I noticed in that overworld, but overall, both runners playing their individual path of the seed very well. And now trying to find some terrain to this bastion again. I think Infume might be a little bit ahead here. We'll have to see if the bastion will become visible soon. Not the best nether. Not the best Parker whatsoever.
This is really
not the best
awkward.
nether whatsoever, Parker.
We've got a lot of good blocks, though. Infume, I think, is handling this terrain really well. Like, getting elevation early, finding that ravine, that, like, secret tunnel, honestly, a little bit faster.
Oh my god.
And now just on top of this flat terrain, we have the chalice spotted. It's going to be a bridge bastion. The second half of this terrain is really nice, but we don't see the fort just yet. So I'll be curious to see how difficult it is getting there. But Infume, just a little bit ahead so far.
A little bit ahead, but importantly is on 3 hearts starting this route, and low food seed. It's like not the best situation compared to Aquacord here on 7.5 hearts. So I mean that is already a little bit of something that maybe could go in Aquacord's favor if a piglin hits Infume here. There are some piglins right this way, so it could be a little bit awkward for Infume, but gonna be doing the DK route, and I mean it's looking good overall for Infume, as you mentioned, and actually now Aquacord takes a lot of damage, so now it's looking really good for Infume.
Is he fighting a hog?
With no food,
like
this is a really bad position to be in.
I mean, this terrain is not going to help you either.
He gets out of it kind of good though.
He does get his route off, but this is just more time loss for Aquacord. I like this. Like triple extra aggro.
Yo, Infume.
But it's scary. He's on 2
I don't know though.
Here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, this health.
It's so scary. He's scaring us.
I mean, he's not doing an auto funnel either, so you really need to make sure that you stay away from these pigs.
Bro.
They
Oh my god,
can-
takes another hit of
oh my
damage.
How did that
gosh.
pig do 1.5?
It's so scary.
Wow.
He's on half a heart. There's one more pig. I don't think he's probably going to aggro that. Probably just wants to heal up now. We don't have any golden apples, Nerdy.
Yep.
So this food situation is really going to matter. It takes so long to heal up from all this rotten flesh. And not only that, we only have 8 rotten flesh left. We're almost certainly going to see multiple hunger resets on this seed.
No.
So even though
Aqua has
got all
traded
of his
50
trades,
gold,
and he's
Infum
gonna
has
be
traded
leaving any
115
second now,
gold.
he can only pearl once.
But he doesn't have that much
Aqua
health.
on
Like
the
he
other
doesn't.
hand, setting up maybe a pearl hang, maybe
He doesn't
just
have
leaving,
health,
no,
which
setting
could
up
be a
pearl
bad
hang,
thing for
but
Infum.
has
But he could also just
so
death
much
reset.
more health. Infum still needs to heal up. The fortress is across this lava lake, and it's just looking a little bit more difficult.
Unless he forces
And
this.
Infum
This is
is
good,
getting
actually.
the pearl off. Scaring us quite a bit, though. Great pearl from Infum. Is only on 2.5 hearts, though.
Yes, Sonia.
And
It
so
was
this
here.
could
Well,
be
it was here
quite
like
a scary
sometimes
fortress
yesterday, and then they
if,
would
you know,
take
some
it away
blazes spawn
randomly.
on him or anything like that. We see
So,
Aquacore trailing a
I
few
don't
seconds
know.
behind is more healthy, but Infum is.
No,
if
I
he can
think that not
maintain
death
this
resetting
lead,
is
is
fine,
looking
'cause,
quite
like,
good.
He'll just
Now
death
at
reset
the spawner
blind.
with the first
There's no
rod
need-
there,
he
going to
just
be
doesn't
seeing
need to
2
right
more
now.
strays at this point, and able to overlap those with some waiting at the spawner, which is always good to see. Going to be actually looking at another spawner here now, and we
Aquacord
expect
loses 1 blaze though, hits it a little bit far away, so it's gonna be down a blaze. But it's
Infum is
at the
just so
second
far
spawner. You're
ahead.
right, this is an interesting play. I think it, or no, are they both at this open spawner?
They're both
Hard
at the
to tell on
second
Infam's
spawner.
screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So no difference there. But they're very similar pace now, Nerdy.
For sure. Yeah, both runners using the TNT, getting their blaze situation situated.
There is a
We now
mod. There's a
see
Hermes mod,
Aquacord,
which I think they're
the gold
using.
pick to clear out the remaining blocks, and Infum
But it
actually
just stores,
saving
like,
that gold pick for later.
It just stores a bunch of
perhaps.
data.
We now can
Like whenever you
see
open your
what looks to
inventory or
be
like
6
pause
beds
or
and 2 anchors from Infum.
it just stores everything.
And lots of explosives for Aquacord as well. I think maybe
I
one
think they're
less
using
bed,
that.
but that should be a-okay. 7 explosives.
No,
is
but I thought they did
still
as well, Sonia.
great.
But it was
Now,
buggy. It didn't really
both
work.
runners
If you
killing some
lose a
blazes,
rod on
Infum
the
And now it
loses the
works
rod, yeah.
perfectly. So
Not good.
Aquacord
Not good at
also
all.
loses the rod. in
I
the
assume
lava.
they're using
Really
Hermes
a
now.
second after. Yes.
Oh, I don't think
So
so,
it
Joanna.
honestly
that.
doesn't matter as much.
I think
and
it's
they're
really
grinding at the same
inconsistent.
time. I mean, this match is just so neck and neck.
Maybe it's
Infum,
not
one
Sonia.
more
I just
rod
assumed
to
they
his
are using
name, So
Hermes.
maybe a little bit ahead
I
here.
don't know if they are, though.
Measuring. Same spot. We have some awkward trees. Is this gonna be? Is Aquacord gonna be able
I
to
just
get the
assumed
measurement
that.
off here? Yes, he is. Infum going for a pig. I like the play here. Getting some
Really
extra
good
feed.
play, yeah.
Actually going for 2 pigs probably makes sense. We have a 1700 block blind. I mean, you could get 3 pigs here if you really wanted to. Decides not to. Aquacord doing a similar
not to
thing.
mess
I think
around.
this makes sense, Nerdy. It's a far travel to the stronghold, and we might have bad rates. We might be here for a little bit.
Yeah, and just needs 3 more rods here for Infum, and it looks like 4 more rods, maybe? 4 more rods for Aquacord. So Infum now just going to be killing off these blazes and hopefully able to get a few more of those. Not yet, though. The blazes not being kind on this seed.
If it's buried, you should just do
Unfortunately,
DK
slowing down these
pivot.
runners.
Like you should do DK stairs and
very
then
nice.
check if
To,
it's a
like,
triple. If
trap
it's
a-
not a
trap
triple, you just
blaze that was on
pivot
the edge.
to
You don't see that in
strike
every single
smoker.
run.
It is
So you
always
should
good to
just
And
see.
dealing with a skeleton here. A little bit tricky. I mean, these
And-
rates are paying off, and Infum is out now, significantly ahead of Aquacord. I think he might have to wait for an extra cycle. Yeah, he's still just he's 2 rods behind, Nerdy. So Infum has played this fortress much better. And even though Aquacord has so many golden picks, I think Infum also does. Gonna be needing to utilize these pretty well, though. We have the food, purling. I like this tunnel. C value's decent. Maybe it's gonna open up. But
Yeah,
we're
we'll have to
probably
see.
getting close.
Is this going to be... Look, I mean, this is just totally different terrain here from Aquacord.
Oh,
though,
yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
it's
right? Just
similar
like
to,
pulling it
Yeah.
through the lava instead of Infum just digging through the netherrack. And so, I don't know. Ooh, Infum takes a fall, but is able to pearl clutch. It's going to be interesting. I
Interesting.
honestly don't exactly know. It looks like, yeah. It looks like Infum is
I
digging
mean, they're
on cords,
close.
but
I think Aquacord's
they're
here.
close,
I think his
yeah.
terrain management was so
Aquacord-
much better taking the bottom lava lake play. Infum is in first, though, so if it's an easy nav, it maybe doesn't even matter. Infum gets a spike to this top left. We'll see if Aquacord also goes down here, offhanding the bed, prepping for entering that portal room.
Wait, Aquacord sees
And I
it. Is
think
it a
here
2-1?
it is from
And
Aquacord,
Aquacord finds it
so he's
first.
gonna be
Please.
entering the end first.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh my god, he's... Oh my god!
Aquacord now about to enter the end here.
Oh
Much
my god!
faster
Oh my
now
god! Oh
from
my god! Oh my
Aquacord.
god! Oh my
Still
god!
trying to
I
find the
don't
podium.
even
We'll
know
have to
what are
see
these
if Aquacord can
commentators,
close the gap.
man.
It's
Like,
very
no
open
shade.
back.
Like, what
What is
the
our
fuck?
video? This looks very hittable for Aquacord.
Like, they
And
aren't
it
even
just all
talking
came
about
down to
it.
the
Like,
math,
oh my
Parker. We'll
god.
have to see if Aquacord can close this seed out. Should be very hittable for a player of Aquacord's caliber. But let's see how these beds go. I mean, I think if I recall, we have 7
That's
explosives.
a little bit low.
So
This is still low. It might break
Oh
the
my
bed, but
God,
it
wow.
doesn't. And Aquacord 4
Rose
beds
would have
with
called to
only
it.
one
Rose
double
mentioned
bed.
it when Rose was the only person that mentioned it when Fiber got
A
it.
little bit scary there, maybe. But
yeah,
he built a
I think
portal
it's
in
a little too good for the
celebration.
bed damage. I tried
Wow.
to light a portal here in the end, and unfortunately that's not going to work, Aquacord, but is able to enter the other portal
Sends
here
it
and
2-0
take
to
the
win.
10:03, just barely not a sub 10. Aquacord takes
Oh.
game 1.
Oh my god, it's him hit
And
Paul already, he didn't
unfortunately,
realize!
immediately
You fucking idiot! You
ends
chud!
the
You
reverse
chud!
sweep
You
streak.
chud! Oh my god, he
But
hit
does
PR, he
take a
didn't
win. I
realize
think he'll
it! You
prefer that. I
actual,
think he'll
oh
prefer
my
that over a
god.
loss.
Blue
I think
glove.
he probably does as well. Maybe he's just getting into his
Drew
stride now.
gloved.
Maybe the first 2 days he was just a little bit shaky, and that's why he had the reverse sweeps. But I mean, a very close match overall, and a very entertaining one to watch.
And they still didn't realize
that.
it.
That end game
All good.
so well. I love the pearls. More to the right, staying in that.
Yes, if you hit
lava
PR.
lake, and it just paid off so well for him.
Let
And then,
me
of
show,
course,
let me
the
show,
nav
let me
was
show. Because it kind of,
really
it was
just
like,
sealed the entire
it was
match.
right at the end.
I'm seeing some chat messages. I'm not sure. I didn't notice this, but maybe Aquacord sent a 2i. I don't know if that's real, but
Did he really? Is that real?
I've heard some people
Oh,
say that.
no. That rage
And
fake, that rage fake, that rage
is,
fake.
if that's true, that is wild. We did not pick up on
He
that.
sent a 2i? I mean,
Oh my god,
okay,
bro.
the question is, do you think, surely he didn't intentionally send a 2i,
Yes, he
right?
intentionally
I mean,
sent
I guess
one,
he
yeah.
was
Probably an accident.
behind.
He was so behind, and
just-
Aquacord does that.
It must have just been another Feinberg situation. I don't know what he would have
I
been
think it was a
thinking
mistake.
about
Look at
instead of
this.
it, but
If you
wow,
hits
I
PR,
didn't
he
notice that.
doesn't
That's kinda crazy,
realize.
nerd. We're
He
seeing-
goes
we're
up
seeing
the
a lot of
stairs and he
people send,
doesn't
like,
realize.
2 eyes, 1 eyes. I feel like in previous playoffs, nobody
Nah.
did anything like this. We're starting to see more metagaming, more risky plays, which it's certainly making things more interesting to watch for sure.
Yeah, I would imagine that was a mistake in my head, but I mean, hey, maybe
It's
Aquacord
gotta
just
be
really
a
wanted.
mistake, right?
Yeah. But anyways, no, it was. But hey, it's exciting, and you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And
Oh,
Aquacord
good,
takes
bro. Oh, good.
the first game here. So Infume gets to pick again. What do you think? What do you think Infume's gonna pick?
I mean, I think the logical play is just village because it's kind
Why
of
is it not?
similar. But you know what? I'll get a little bit frisky with my picks. I think he'll go
Okay.
ruin portal here. I think he'll go a little
You think
bit.
we're gonna see a
speedy.
ruin
Why is
portal?
this just
Had the
not
world
showing
record
my...
before.
Here we go.
Yeah. This might be the end of my streak, nerd. I think I've gotten the last like 7 picks correct. But it is a village. I should have gone with my first guess.
I
saw
cannot
the
believe you
village ahead
hit
of
PR and you
time.
just didn't
I
even
was a little
realize.
sad.
That is
The
actually
streak has
insane.
ended, Parker.
It's actually
It
insane.
was a
okay.
good run. That was a good
was a
streak
good
that you
run.
had going there. But unfortunately, it does end now. And yeah, so the village pick there from Infume. I mean, I think makes sense to me. Again, there's lots of opportunities for different.
I saw it.
decisions to be
I
made.
saw
We
it. I
on
saw
that
it.
Desert Temple.
You
These two
hit
runners
PR.
just played the seed
Yeah.
entirely
good.
differently, like about as different as you can do. So I guess what I'm hoping is we see another situation like that. I remember the Feinberg NHB game yesterday. There was a village that the runners just entirely played. They went entirely different directions, and that was very cool to see. So maybe we can get like a ruined portal on this seed as well, and then your prediction is less wrong. Maybe we can give you a half a point.
That's fair. I would gladly take a half a point, but I think it makes sense here from Infume.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
just
it's
insta ran up
sorta
the
like,
stairs and then
you have the
he
seed
just
type
insta
that
ran up
he's
the
known for.
stairs.
Even if he loses the seed, I guess he could go back to a desert temple. Interestingly, so
He
Infume's
just
kinda
fully
playing the
missed that
seeds he
bid.
likes to do, but Aquacord.
But he
he's got
saw
the
that he
momentum.
saw the
I
through an
remember
RD
him
change
talking
once.
about
That's kind of
momentum
crazy.
Last time we interviewed him, saying he just had some good sessions before this playoffs. So, I mean, he's looking really good. We'll see if he can pull off.
Oh
another
my
one.
god, bro.
And right off the bat, there are some differences
Maya.
here. We see Aquacord going for just this tree, while Infume goes for the blacksmith first. There's 2 blacksmiths here in this desert village, and we see Aquacord just grab the 2 logs to start.
Okay, so crazy
interesting
about
to see
Aquacord set the
immediate
2i.
differences in the two runners.
He gets the
I'm curious
PR
how much they'll
first.
play the rest of the seed. We see
It's a
Infuse
2i. He wins the
some
Seekers
dead
event, okay?
bushes to grab a few extra
If you
sticks,
can't nav, if
and
you
also
enter
gonna
struggle
grab a bed to
first, we
actually
can't
craft
nav.
at this crafting
And if you
table.
hit PR,
So,
and he
yeah,
just didn't even
totally
realize.
different plays from these two runners.
I mean, we've both got shears here. I like the play from that. I'm really just in a toss-up. I don't know what play is better, going for those early logs or doing what Infum is doing here, having to really force using this crafting table. Aquacor's going to get to the golem a little bit faster. I mean, this is awkward terrain around the golem. It might be able to reach him here, and he has to back away off his pillar. So this is going to be a little bit time lost. And it looks like Infum.
I mean, it is probably
gonna
just
be going
no,
to
so
the
it is
golem
like funny
first.
still.
We're probably going to have to stop at the trees. I see fire in the distance, but I haven't seen flint yet. We have some water, some river-esque terrain around us, but I don't know if either player is going to be getting easy flint. There is a river here, so we're going to be seeing an easy wood light. Aquacore going for another bed. We've seen him do a lot of beds in this.
I mean, yeah,
playoffs,
everyone is
sealing
nervous,
this
so
crafting
like,
table before
I don't know.
presumably going to his trees.
Yeah, and another thing I'd like to point out here is we see that Aquacord gets 15 bread in total, whereas Infum only has 6 and a couple of apples. So definitely interesting to see. I mean, once again, Infum just very confident on those low food situations, not grabbing any extra hay bales. Just
Yeah, I
relying on
was
the
thinking that,
chest
Sonya. Like,
route
low key, like, this
from
could
the
make
village.
Infum really
Now, we
annoyed.
see Infum is a bit ahead here. Going to be entering the nether shortly.
Like, Infum's mental is not good.
Aquacord just mining
At least
the
in
gravel that we
playoffs.
just saw Infum get. So it's just a couple seconds behind on this overworld. I think overall Infum's plays just added up and accumulated to be a decent amount of time saved as we have a 210 enter from him into this nether. Let's see what it has to offer. We're going to be trying to get the direction here for where we need to go through this terrain. It's pretty open terrain, at least compared to some of the other seeds we've seen so far, but Bastion is not in sight yet, so maybe I spoke a little too soon.
I mean, I like the height that he's keeping here, though. I mean, the terrain is working out decently for him. We'll see if Aquacord does the same thing. It looks like he might just be going straight into digging. I'm not sure if I like this from Aquacord here. This might be really bad, as Infum is going to be entering the treasure here. Also probably going to be getting more visibility in like areas that the fort could be. Struggling a little bit with these piglins, but doesn't take a hit, having some really good movement. And Aquacord's still just trying to get sprinting in his boat here. I mean, Aquacord's out now, though, but he's just going to be so much lower. And because it is a treasure bastion, we're going to have to be going back up anyways.
True.
And so unless this terrain really pays off well, he's going to be using extra blocks. He's going to maybe have to dig through some of this netherrack. And the whole time, Infuse is just starting his route. I'm not sure if we've seen a fortress yet. We've seen Glodar matter in the past.
Funniest thing about that is Booster sends it to I and then fails front 85, like open front 85, like, oh my god, bro.
Yeah, so some pretty interesting stuff there right off the bat. And it leads to a lot of time save for Infum. I mean, Infum is significantly ahead at this point, I would say. Is basically mining the last gold blocks while Aquacord is just basically starting the route. So, yeah, I mean, all those little small things seem to be have added up. Aquacord is, you know, totally alive and is not too far behind as far as, you know, could come back, not like a death or something, but definitely going to need something significant from Infum. Maybe a slow stronghold, maybe, you know, some issues finding the fort or something like that in order to come back from this one. So we'll have to see. Infum checking the trades now, looking pretty good there. I see pretty much everything you could ask for, and now maybe just wants to get one more fire res before taking a look around for the fortress. There it is. We see the fortress behind the treasure, now going to be purling up on top of this. Let's see where the spawner is at this point. But yeah, pretty significant lead from Infum here. And Aquacord just, you know, sort of finishing up the route as Infum is looking for the spawner. And there we go. Finally out of the bad part of the fortress.
Finally gets to it, but maybe that's a little bit of time save Aquacord could take. I mean, Infum did some weird wormholing, doing some pearl hanging. I think I like this play. Able to get one stray here, maybe 3 strays here. So even more significant. Aquacord now maybe can be setting a Pearl Hang the same way that Infume did. No, just leaving. But even so, it's going to be really difficult. I think the line for Aquacord here is we need Infume to take lots of damage. Aquacord has more health. He also has the ability to
Oh my
gold
god, how did he not
tackle.
get hit by a blaze?
Infume a little bit of difficulty with this blaze spawner.
How did he not
which
get hit
is
there?
so punishing. He's at the blaze spawner, going to be able to set up his blaze bedding. The whole time, Aquacord lost in the bad part. Now in the good part, doesn't have those same strays that Infume did. So maybe getting to the
Bro,
spawner a
Aquacord
little
is
bit
dripped
faster.
out. Oh my god.
Seems a bit confused on where to go. I don't think Infume went this way, and this hallway.
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
look
really
good.
annoying, Jason. I
This is
don't really
giving
care about
even
the
more of an advantage to Infume.
record. 2 seeds in.
Exactly. That's
Like-
exactly right. Is this a spawner right here? Yes, it is. So Infume now with, yeah, as you mentioned, pretty significant lead. It seems like every split just saving time on Aquacord on this one. Maybe not Aquacord's seed. The seed pick seems to have helped out with, I mean, that I feel like the early lead in the village has just carried over, and not only that, but just the terrain nav and whatnot from Infume has been fantastic this seed, making it very hard to gain any time.
Like, I feel
on
like the
him, but
Blazes
now
kill
it's
is
time to
so
measure a second
important.
die here. Unfortunately, the first one broke.
That
So you
like
need
no,
to pick up
like
that
it's just
first
like
one.
nice to know, and they just don't.
And
really
He's
show
got
it.
now
12
have
eyes, so he's just
1500.
going to be out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not pre-crafted yet, but you can do that in just a variety of spots. We're seeing the meta almost shifting to pre-crafting later on the run and really forcing early blinds and being a lot more dynamic with where you place that. But Infume probably going to be on courts here in just a second, building his portal. I messes up a little bit with the Obsidian placement, but it just has so much and it doesn't matter. Both players making a portal at the same time, but one is just so much further ahead. Let's see what the spikes are like here.
Yeah, just a full split. And Infume does look, I mean, I was going to say that right side looks good. We'll have to see exactly where Infume wants to go here. But even if Infume messes up the
Hears it.
nav here, and it looks like, yeah, it does hear it.
Oh,
So this is
I'd be
just,
surprised if it
again,
was
just
this
very fast
deep,
split from
but
Infume.
it is. Yeah, he's going to be entering end here any second now. Does his pre-crafting in the portal room. 5 beds, 2 anchor, with a bow, with a gold pick. This is a very high-quality inventory for zeros. We should be able to see Infume comfortably hit basically any zero. This was a 3 or 4 eye. It looks like
Totally
it was a
open as
3 eye
well.
purling. It's a front
And let's
dragon.
see what we've got here.
Looks like T9.
yeah, you
I
can't
mean,
you can't
he-
fail this
or-
Infume.
a really nice classic
can't fail
zero.
this.
This is going to be a textbook setup from Infume here. Maybe even see a 2+2 with the arrow. Let's see him go for it. Just a single shot. Dragon's a little bit lower than you'd like for maybe a 2+2. So it's going to be a 3 rotation 0 here. Really comfy, really safe. And he's going to be taking the second seed, Nerdy. It's going to be tied up 1-1.
Yeah, great stuff from Infume, preventing any reverse sweeps. We have a 1-1 game here, Parker, off the bat. I mean, hey, I can't complain. That's great. The thing I said at the beginning of this is that I didn't want to see a 3-0, right? So Infume stopping any chances of that, tying this match up, and we are going into a seed 3 very shortly here. But yeah, I mean, great stuff from Infume, able to take the second seed pretty comfortably there. You can see just basically a full split ahead of Aquacord on that one. And so, you know, definitely a little worrisome if you're Aquacord. That was a scary seed. I mean, no like huge blunders from Aquacord, right? And it was 40 seconds behind. So, I mean,
He made up a little bit
that
of time.
can-
If we look at Fortress Enter to End Enter, Aquacord
True, that's fair.
makes up a handful of seconds. So maybe his end games are looking a little bit better, but Infume's early game is just so lights out, not giving Aquacord really a chance to come back.
Yeah, no, great stuff from Infume overall on that second seed. I think we need a second here, I believe. We'll get a cup. And yeah, I mean, great stuff overall from Infume on that one. Predictions for the second seed here, Parker.
The third seed, like who's gonna win?
Mhm.
I think.
Well, I guess also the seed
Infume's
pick,
gonna
of course.
continue the streak. Seed pick as well. I think Infume will take this next seed. It's Aquacord's pick though. I feel like Aquacord, maybe it's the subliminal messaging of Aqua. I think he's gonna go a shipwreck, go to an ocean.
Oh,
sort of my
okay.
prediction here.
No, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah?
I like that a lot. I did spoil it for myself, so I know if you're correct or not. I know if you're
shoot.
correct or not.
I feel like
But
I'm
we'll
gonna
have to
start
see-
losing
we'll have
all
to see
my
how it goes.
predictions here.
Oh no, you think the luck's gonna catch up to you?
I don't know.
We will-
I just maybe I feel a little bit locked out of it now. I went against my gut with the last village thing and the last streak. But it's an interesting matchup so far. Interestingly, if Infume had any sort of mental block and like fear of being reverse sweep, maybe it was good that he lost the first seed.
Oh,
Is that crazy to
okay,
say?
okay.
I might actually
You know, 'cause
I think
execution
Infume
Infume
that.
would have
like, out
rather
of it.
won.
Really?
But hey, that's true. I mean,
That's pretty
you're
cool.
not wrong.
Right.
You're not wrong. All right, and we will switch it over to the seed thing to see if you are correct here, Parker.
Oh.
Let's see what the seed picks are.
We're going to it now.
I
Before
misheard.
CPIC.
No,
We're going
like,
forward.
come
It's
on,
like
bro. Like,
that.
how
It
do we
is
not even
1-1
realize he said the
in
2-1? Like, it's
Infume versus
actually
Aquacore
insane.
right now. And I want to send you guys back to seed number 1. Back to seed number
No,
1. because
no,
it
no.
is
Oh,
really
please.
telling, honestly. Something that I really wanted to speak on was
I want to play.
a lot of the stuff that happened in seed number 1 that the commentators might well have missed. And there was a few little bits and bobs that I thought were quite important, and it really showed
Everything
what
that
I
actually
want
gonna
to
show me.
dictate this match, or what I think is dictating this match at the moment. And I think, well and truly, that is nerves from on behalf of both runners. So I'm not going to ice them for too long, so I'm going to try and speed this analysis up a little bit. So, number 1, one of the reasons that I think maybe Infume was nervous, or we had some moments there, you may not have even seen it during that clip. As he was crafting here, you may notice that after he's done crafting his crafting table, the 24 planks in his inventory were not placed back. Instead, dropped out of his inventory.
So, if you actually
and
need the
blown
wood
up
for
by the
beds,
TNT, losing
it's not
him
just for the overworld.
24 planks, making
actually
sure he
knew
has to
that.
go and grab another separate tree. It's just one of those things which is like, Infume's not 100% confident here, maybe. And obviously, I think something that maybe what I thought initially was down to nerves was the fact that Aquacord left on just 5 rods. I was thinking, oh my god, what a mistake to make. And he's not been punished. Very similar to how Feinberg left on 10 eyes in the previous match. I thought, oh my gosh, he's actually left on 10 and it's paid off again. As you can see, 2 eyes already in the portal, able to enter absolutely fine, and did end up winning seed number 1 because of this. And that was my initial thought. But it wasn't nerves. Aquacord knew that he lost that
Oh,
rod,
wow.
as the commentators noticed. Both of them
That's pretty
had
cool.
a rod that dropped into lava, but Aquacord noticed it and thought he was behind enough to send the 2-eye intentionally. He quote-unquote had to. He felt like he had to because he was behind and because he saw that rod drop into lava. An intentional play. And I love to see that. The risk-taking there. But maybe there was a slightly bigger issue. And that slightly bigger issue was Infume hit the stronghold first. And one thing that I wanted to bring up, and previous playoff participant Steez decided to
I made it.
to talk about very, very viscerally in this next clip here. I think I'll actually let Steez do the talking here.
Oh, Infume. It's me. Oh, he doesn't realize. He goes up the stairs and he doesn't realize.
I think that's just about as good of a possible summary as I could possibly get. After sending his second portal on 298, not 292, ever so slightly missing the reading of the Ninja Brain bot, misses by 6 blocks, hits the portal room offset, and doesn't
I stuck my way in,
on the
somehow.
scan. And I mean, it's kind of understandable. You've actually hit the second portal into a 5-way, exactly what the starter staircase would look like.
Don't show that part.
It doesn't look down mid. You have to remember, it's always down mid. And unfortunately, Infume doesn't in this exact seed. However, those nerves kind of came back to bite Aquacord, you could say, in that second seed. Infume playing that slight bit more confident, maybe settled down into that seed. Aquacord missing a boat crawl in this terrain, sending a second boat crawl to try and force it, having to craft the boat, digging through the wall. Everything was just that little bit scuffed, making that second crafting table, placing the, making the boat in the crafting table and then messing it up. Doesn't actually craft the boat, has to replace the crafting table, make the boat again, gets into the boat, finally gets the sprint crawl off, doesn't get the sprint crawl off, has to replace the boat, messes it up, replaces the boat, finally gets the sprint crawl off, only for it to be 1 block. only for it to be 1 block deep. And that's the sort of thing that's going to mess with the mental. It's going to make those nerves just compound one on top of each other. Like, okay, I've had a micro mistake there. It's not going to be that important. I've had
Yeah,
another
this is
micro
really
mistake.
annoying.
I've had another micro mistake. I've had another micro mistake. And then at the end, when you realize that you've dug out and there was just this vast expanse of terrain, you're going to think, right, well, that's probably a macro mistake now. I think that's probably, maybe there was correct terrain to take and I didn't take it. And as you saw, that ended up making quite the difference with Aquacord entering the end around about 45 seconds after Infume, not able to take out the dragon in time. It is 1 plays 1 in the second semi-final. Who is going to play EDCR in the finals? You'll have to find out by sticking around. I'm going to send you back to Nerdy and Parker.
Wow.
Welcome back, everybody.
I love analysis.
Thank you so much, Fulham, for the analysis. There was some great stuff in there. So yeah, definitely some mistakes to point out from both sides here. I definitely feel like it is interesting to like.
They didn't even say
like
thank you, Steez. Like, what the hell?
Definitely, you
The
could
freak?
argue getting
What
a
the
little
frick?
unlucky. The fact that it was the 3-eye there for Aquacord.
They would have never realized he hit PR if it wasn't for me.
Or that first seed, but
They would have never
still,
realized.
Aquacord playing well and, you know, taking a risk, and the risk pays off. So I feel like the fact that it was intentional from Aquacord is very interesting to me. I was totally not expecting that, but I guess it makes sense. Like, not remembering a rod or something like, or not getting that is a mistake you would, I don't know what we almost ever see in playoffs, except for, I guess, Feinberg last seed. But yeah, I mean, great stuff overall from these two runners here. We have a tied game, Parker, 1-1. We're going to get into the seed picks. Now, your prediction was Shipwreck. You were so close. You were so close. You were right.
Treasure. I was right about the ocean.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe
It's like your instincts are there.
Big RSG player. No, I think I just threw Nerdy. I think my streak's over.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting in my head here. Hopefully, Awkward's not getting in his head here with those little mistakes that we were talking about. I really liked that analysis. There were so many things that I didn't catch there.
Yes.
And I just found it fascinating. Awkward being aware that he was sending them to I wonder if Infume knows that he missed the porter room like he did. Do you think he went back and watched the replay? Like, is that something tilting? Do you think that could affect Infume?
I mean, I did see.
Infume knows. Infume knows. At the end, Infume flew to the.
In all caps in chat, seemingly.
That's how I saw it. Infume at the very end,
so-
Infume flew to the.
So maybe,
porter room,
definitely
and
maybe.
he saw his port. Like, he knows
but
he missed.
hopefully not. Hopefully,
knows
Infume's
he hit
able to,
PR.
you know, settle down into this BT seed. Has played a lot of Buried Treasure in his time. Aquacord as well has a great RSG PB. So both of them have had plenty of reps on the Buried Treasure. Have had plenty of time to practice. So I'm looking forward to this seed and what we've got for game 3. Who's going to take the 2-1 lead? We'll have to find out here shortly. I think we should be ready to go here pretty shortly into this one. But yeah, it's going to be a great match here. 1-1.
Yeah.
Tied up.
I mean, I like BT seeds. You know, very, very, very typical. Looks like we got some trees immediately. None like on the island directly, but the swim isn't too far. Both players seem to have found the spike pretty much immediately, but Infume taking this micro
Yeah, Chris, it is
terrain
really
just half a
frustrating. I'm
second
not gonna
faster
lie,
to
but
be
it's
into the
probably
chest, maybe one frame before
it's probably just
Awkward.
hard.
These players are so close to each other.
They probably don't want to
6
do it on
salmon,
purpose. Like, they're
that's a
not
good
doing it on
amount of food.
purpose.
The most you can get is 8. So this is very close to like the highest quality that you can get. We're probably going to see a pressure plate from both players. We have the TNT.
Yeah, it is really frustrating.
No,
Especially for the
obvious
players
reveals
as well.
yet.
Like,
A Mushroom Island, interestingly.
Oh, interesting though.
So
Look
maybe
at
there's
this.
going to be a
Awkward
difference in where they leave.
crafting a wood button, saving the gold, whereas Infume going for the golden pressure plate. So immediately again, a difference between the two runners. Like,
this
we
could
always
pay
talk
off
about
Aquacord.
how
This
these
could
seeds are
really.
so linear. The BT seeds,
I mean, it just
but
fully depends.
these
I don't
runners
know. Like,
have found ways to differentiate themselves
with
even
the
on
wood
these linear
with the
seeds
gold
so
shovel you're
far. So
playing
very interesting to
for.
see the different play styles.
Okay,
Let's
it's
see which one
1 to
pays off.
3.
Which
All
decision
good.
They're
do you
leading
like more
different
there, Parker?
directions.
Yeah,
I think
true.
I like Aquacords. You know, it's just maybe I'm just too much of a fan of the golden shovel. I guess average is like 7 gravel per flint, so I'm not sure what the math works out to there. Infume clearly already has his flint. And steel,
Honestly,
though, so I
it
think
might
just
like
doesn't
gold
matter
shovel on
nearly
average
as
might
much.
be faster. I
It's
don't
just
know.
clearly
Like, someone would
working
have to figure that out. I
so
think
much
it
better.
is, but
Aquacord does find a ravine now, but it's maybe too little too
like
late.
to have to
Infume's
punch
gonna be
the log.
maybe
Like, is it
10,
worth
15
it?
seconds ahead of Awkward here. Look at that. I think it was only.
Honestly,
Did he say one? Did he say what? Did he say it's 1 for like 1 for 7 or average to get Flynn?
And now
Bro,
Infume with a
bro.
significant lead here, going into
Okay.
the nether here, into
All
the
good.
into the stables right away. Does get some gold armor, which is always nice. Now going to be trying to get over to this side over here and play this triple. Probably going to see a triple to gap from Infume.
I don't know,
So
commentating is
good
hard. I
stuff
don't
so
want to
far.
hate on that, but like
Aquacord
it does. It
now,
is
just
annoying.
now entering the bash and getting the same piece of armor as Infume. And we see Infume going to be getting this route going, mining the gold blocks, and we see Aquacord pretty much taking the same path. I mean, a little bit different, but
Like I would
same
probably
idea.
also make
Actually,
mistakes.
no, now Aquacord taking a totally different path.
I understand
As soon
it's
as I
hard.
say that, he's going to be digging up into the chests, whereas Infume started from the chests.
They have the stats back. Yes.
Yeah, a little bit different. I'm not sure which one was better. Just a couple microseconds difference here. But I think Aquacord skipped that middle lantern chest.
I mean,
'cause he
bias
knows he's gonna
isn't
route
necessarily a
into it,
bad
the
thing.
same chest that Infume did. I think both players have checked the same amount of chests. And since this is a triple to gap route with a lot of gold, we're probably not going to see much.
Yeah, it is
more
kind of just
switching
crazy
between
how
the
Infume
chests.
just
So I
saves so
think
much time on just
routing wise, these players are going to be
just
pretty
like not
similar.
hesitating
I
ever.
believe Aquacord saw the fort in F5 while running to the Bastion. Infume seems to be pie charting for it now. It might be a little bit awkward, a little bit far, but
Yeah,
Infume
Mark.
just sort of maintaining that lead here, doing a standard Bastion route.
Indeed. Now does get those 4 gold blocks at the very end of his stables route here. Going to be clearing the inventory and trying to see if we can leave here shortly. Let's see. That 37 obby? Wowee. So yeah, I think Infume has enough obby. You can misplace a couple times there, Parker, and still be good.
Yeah. Certainly. I mean, honestly, if you
Yeah,
spawn
wow,
in a
yeah,
ravine or something, or you have
I was
to
gonna
use
put
train,
it out.
you can actually just build a portal at the top
That
of
was
like
funny.
measuring your eye split. So, you know, there's a little bit of benefit to having a monstrous number of obsidian like 40. But Aquacord now setting his pearl hangout.
No.
Interestingly, we saw the
Julie,
fort to the
90
left
saw he
where
had
the
40
side
obby and
was
said,
hard right
40 obby,
here.
wowee.
I'm not
It
sure
just
why.
it just
Maybe
sounded
he knew that
just
the
sounded
good part
funny.
of the fortress was in this
There we
direction.
go.
Aquacord just entering on the bad side here, and so I'm very curious if Infume saw the good part of the fort there, just kind of assumed that the terrain would work out. But I think the play is just so good for him. Aquacord's just getting attacked from all angles here, and the whole time Infume is just at the spawner. That play just worked out insanely.
Oh my god.
2 more wither skeletons for Aquacord here. So even though he's getting these strays, it's probably not going to be enough here. Infume has got the TNT, so not going to need to sacrifice any of his explosives. We only have 6 here, so that's even better for him. And Aquacord is just going through World War 3.
I mean, if these rates
in
are
these hallways,
good.
nerdy.
Yeah,
So 4
100%.
rods.
4 rods for
He has
Aquacord
5
at
blazes
least, whereas
ahead.
Infume's only on 1. But yeah, I mean, it's just so
If his
awkward
spawner is
here
bad,
for him
but
trying
I mean,
to find
2
exactly
spawn here.
where the bad
Aquacord,
part
you need to find the
of
spawner
sorry,
right
the
now.
good part of the fortress
Find it
is.
right now.
And despite the fact that he is up on rods, it might be tricky if these blazes do not behave. And yeah, he's just not getting
Okay, they're
any
just
more
even on blazes
spawns
now.
here in this part of the fortress. So probably going to need to find that spawner or at least some more strays. Now finally is into the good part of the fortress, but still needs to find the spawner. While we see Infume here now on 10 eyes is going to be measuring.
I mean, Aquacord also can craft.
He should have
10
blinded.
eyes,
I think he
but it's
should have
just so
blinded
punishing he didn't
on
get that
the
one extra stray. You know,
on the
it might
bad
be
side. Like
stuff
he
we
should have
haven't seen
blinded.
if the rates were just 1 better. He's now getting to the spawner, but like, do you debate like wasting time clearing out the spawner here, or do you just hope for good rates? He's got his final rod, so he's on 6 rods, 7 rods now.
Oh,
So I
Infume,
think
you
he's
suck
in a
at pole
slightly different
break.
spot.
Fail it
Infume
again, fail it
is
again,
very
fail it
slow.
again.
Stronghold though, nerdy. He's
Oh,
got pole
yeah.
break.
He's messed it up
Messes
twice.
Twice. And so it's not a huge time loss, but if he doesn't get it
There we go.
here, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it, nerdy. He still has lava. He still has a lava
Oh
bucket.
no.
And so he's messed it up.
Oh, he
3
found it
times.
again.
That's not gotta feel good. He's gonna have to dig down to the stronghold. He's gonna have more
Yeah.
mobs in his stronghold. Watch Aquacord
Hit it,
now,
Aquacord.
going
Let's see if
for
he
a
can-
Oh!
He has
Wow.
all of his rods pre-crafted. He might actually be in the stronghold first because Infume messed up.
120
his
stronghold.
rating.
120
So
stronghold.
70, Parker. We have to dig down so far because it's such a high Y level there.
Yeah, it's like
And
mountains.
Aquacord
Oh my god.
digging down in the netherrack so much
No.
faster to dig down is able to
Why
just
is it Y50?
instantly get into Starter Staircase, saves so much
Please
time.
have so
basically
many
all the
mobs.
time
Please
that
have
Infuse
so
made
many
up on
mobs.
this seed with all of those
Yo, he has
crazy plays we
90
saw in the Fortress
entities.
now has all been lost.
Did he get
and
a
this all
spike,
comes
though?
down to the stronghold and the rest of
And
this
Oh my god.
in-game
Go on,
decision.
Aquacord.
decisions, Nerdy.
Go.
I think Aquacord
Infuse
had a
going
pure
down mid.
spike down bottom.
Oh my
right,
god, Aquacord,
and
go!
then sneaky
Go,
in
Aquacord!
the end here,
Go, Aquacord!
Infume went top
I'm
right,
gonna need
now
craft.
top left,
Hasn't
now
pre-crafted.
goes top.
Ah!
Infume found it now though, Nerdy.
You're
The second
fast,
spike
okay.
may be entering very close to each other, and this might come down to 0. Infume doesn't have to pre-craft. Is in maybe too slow though. I mean, Aquacord has more
100?
explosives, but it's a tall tower.
Bad pulse.
and
Well,
The pulse okay from Infuse.
Watch the
Ah! Aquacord, no! Oh my god.
He barely
does.
gets it off.
You need a 3+2. You need a 3+2, Aquacord. You need a 3+2.
Infume does no.
Infume can't.
I think
Oh!
think
No! Oh
Aquacord
my
should
god, he's
win.
too tough.
Oh man, that was.
Oh my
that
god,
was
he's
a
too tough.
Scuffed seed. We saw some real back and forth there, but Aquacord able to claw back all the time. It came down to the portal break. That's all the seed came down
Oh my
to.
god.
Infuse
Oh my
messing
god. Oh my
up,
god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Not
Oh my
able
god.
to get it, and Aquacord saves all that time, and then able to also nav the stronghold faster once again. So that must be a frustrating seed for Infume. Both runners do hit the 0, but a little bit too little, too late.
Infuse is gonna be
for
so
Infume.
tilted
Now
now.
we have a 2-1
Holy shit.
lead for Aquacord. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is so interesting. We saw so much time save from Infume
Yeah.
throughout this seed, but
I thought
yeah,
he was just so
ultimately
commandingly ahead. I thought he was gonna win it for sure. But his end games
Yeah.
just aren't as good as Aquacord's.
What do you?
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it looks like he was able to enter the stronghold 6 seconds before. So I think I thought it was closer than that, to be honest. I didn't realize Infume had that much of a lead, but yeah, Aquacord saving 11 seconds on. The
Like
map.
it's just
And
cop
if
out
I'm not mistaken,
commentating. It's
Infume
cop out
already
commentating.
pre-crafted, and
There's
Aquacord
no
didn't, so
analysis.
that's
There's
not
no
taking
going
advantage
into
of
why
that.
he lost time. Like
So
his
yeah, just a
endgames
great
just
map
aren't as good
for
as Aquacord. Like
once
what? Like
again,
oh my
determining the
god.
seed.
Talk about what
And
what
now this
happened.
match
Like,
point for Infume. Aquacord the chance to make it to the finals on this seed or the next one. Just has to win one of the next 2.
it's just annoying.
order
It's
to
just
get there.
frustrating. It takes away from the gameplay so
Yeah,
much.
He's looking good today, especially his.
I
end
would
games.
be
I think
so
he's
mad at
made
them.
up
Listen, I would
time
be
on
bad at
Infume
commentating,
in
so I
2,
can't
maybe
hate on. Like
3
it
of the
feels
seeds
bad to
in
hate on
just
that.
the end game. And so I'm curious if that trend is gonna continue. You know, Infume kind of just going for maybe a fake spike. Maybe it was a zombie spawner. It didn't look super promising. It was
Bro,
hard
that
to
would be
tell. He
fucking.
eventually found the
That
right
would
spike,
be
but it was just
insane.
too little, too late. And I wonder if that's gonna affect Infume's mental. You know, he had the micro mistakes with the portal breaking and then going for the wrong spike. Like he was so far ahead, Nerdy. I thought he had it in the bag, but Aquacord saying no, I'm still in it. And
Yes, Fireman's a
it's
really
close
good
matchup.
commentator.
I'm excited to keep watching.
All right, Parker.
Him
What's
and
your
Nerdy
chance?
were a really good
What's
pair.
the seed
Oh,
pick?
shoot.
What are we going for?
But-
Infume. All right, come
Oh,
on. You
I've
got
not
this.
played
Fireman's
You
still
can do this,
focused on
Alex.
playing, which is fair.
I think he just goes back to Desert Temple. Like, is
Okay,
that is
okay.
that just crazy to say? Because he lost the first seed, right? Did he
Yep.
lose the first seed?
Yep.
So I'm getting two in my head with all of this. I'll say Desert Temple confidently. Infume's going back to the Desert Temple. He's saying, you know, even though I lost there, this is my seed type. I'm gonna win this one, Aquacord.
All right.
That's my
Well,
guess.
I think we can get right into the seed picks here and see if your prediction is true. Unfortunately, you kind of lost the streak there, but we'll see if maybe you can get back on a streak once again, Parker. I'm rooting for
Maybe.
you. I'm rooting for you. I'll say that.
thanks. Have you not seen it yet?
I've already seen it. I know if you're correct or not.
Oh, he's just playing it
but-
up for the camera. Oh no.
Yeah.
Th-
Well,
I-
well, no. I mean,
I don't know
I
if I
still
got it
am
right.
rooting for you. I mean, I feel like I can root
thanks.
for you, and you know what I mean. Like, it's like just because I know
Okay,
the outcome
sure,
doesn't mean
yeah.
I'm not. Yeah. Anyways,
And EDCR, if you
Appreciate
find
it,
out, would be
Nerdy.
really
Good
cool.
we
commentary.
just need like
Like
1
first seed
second
versus
here.
second
There we
seed.
go. And you are correct.
Arguably
Good
the
job,
two best
Parker.
players in the world. Like,
Back
you.
on track. Let's see if you can get another.
It would be
another
really cool.
seed selection.
but I also
Seed
just don't
going
want
here.
Infuse to win.
I don't want to see any
So-
more mistakes from you,
I mean,
Parker.
Infume's
Okay?
gonna have to win this one to see it. Okay. I gotta be more confident in it. The village one, I just for whatever reason decided to go against the gut and be a wild card because I was like Aquacord Ocean maybe he likes it, and then I almost got the It's okay. It's okay. I won't talk about it too much. We're here to talk about these runners here, and I think Infume's got a real good.
No, I
shot
think commentary
holding
is
it
a
back
big
here.
thing
Not
because
only-
if someone,
it's like he has his home.
it
court
like
advantage here
it's
again,
such a
and I
first
think,
impression,
even though
and
he's
it
lost
ruins
here,
it if the
you've gotta be
commentating is bad.
confident with this
In my
seed pick.
opinion.
You've got to say no, even though I've lost, this is my seed, and I think I'm here for the Infume momentum. He played really well in that last seed, just having 1 or 2 mistakes. If he doesn't make a mistake on this seed, I think he's got it. I think he's got it.
I don't want to
Honestly,
commentate.
I think he played really well in
I
the
don't
Desert
wanna
Temple seed as
commentate.
well. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
feel like the Desert Temple seed kind of came down to the 2 I send from Aquacord. I mean, you know, imagine. I mean, that's a 25% chance, if I recall, of that working. So 75% of the time, Infume just wins that seed. But
I'm curious 'cause
yeah,
both
so
had a rod burn, so I would be very interested to see running back. This is crazy.
What is this temple?
Look at this Desert Temple enter, nerdy.
What
What
the
is
Spawn on
fuck
happening?
is
top of
this?
it, both players finding the peak of this temple, but it's gonna be awkward. Like you have to build up fully. You just never see this. No other exposed part of the Desert Temple, and Aquacord instantly.
Everyone did
just has a
instantly
little
realize
bit
that
of a
is
lead
pretty
here. I didn't see
impressive.
a ton of water.
I don't think so, Kahal. I
nearby.
kind
Maybe
of
it's gonna
forgot
be
that could
awkward
happen. That would be
with
really
here,
funny.
But what a Desert
That hasn't
Temple
happened yet,
to start
though.
off this seed.
yes, absolutely wild. I feel like that's so cool. That's really cool generation. I feel like I don't know. I love when they're a little bit hidden like that. The sand was covering it up.
Right.
But we do see Aquacord playing this tree, actually totally different directions. We see Aquacord here on top of the mountain, whereas Infume is just down here on the sort of regular Y level. We now see Infume does find a lava pool right away.
this is just so
Aquacord
much
as
better for
well.
Infume.
Yeah. I was
Like
gonna
he's already
say,
at
I
the
feel
lava
like it
pool. He has
looks.
the water right next to it. Did he like go around a different part of the mountain, or is it the same spot, but he just didn't go to the top of the mountain?
It's just the same spot. He just played the lower side.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think it just came down to choosing the tree closer to the lava pool, and Infume now going to be getting the wood light off here, but messes up the portal a little bit, scaring us a bit, but is okay. Once I think messed up on the last Desert Temple overworld portal as well, like almost messed up, I should
There's
say.
gravel there, nerdy.
And
There's gravel. Infume
Wait,
can
if he
start grinding
finds the
gravel with
gravel?
wood light
Wow.
here.
What is
I don't think Aquacord is in the same spot on this.
What is
lava
this supply
pool.
drop?
So
Back,
once
look at
the
someone
supply
like,
is done,
oh my god, he's too tough.
Infume
He's
still
too
doesn't
tough.
get
He's
it,
too tough.
even
He's
though
too
Infume
tough.
had
Doesn't
the
even need the
wood
gravel.
earlier. He's
Fuck
got
your
it,
gravel.
He's in slower because Aquacord just got
no.
a better wood light, and we're in a stables bastion here. I think it was double, triple. It looks like it's double, triple. I'm not sure if it's triple, triple. Probably just double. And so Infume not checking any chests, deciding to insta-send this. Both players going to be playing a double, triple. So even if it doesn't work out, they'll still be on the same pace here. We're not going to see a difference in routing. But Aquacord is just a handful of seconds quicker into this route just because he got
He's
to
lucky
the-
when it gonna show us
the bastion
away.
earlier. I mean, Infume's messed up
True.
a little bit, though. Maybe we're seeing some shaky gameplay from Infume here.
Oh my
He
god,
just
Aqua,
placed a
please,
block
man.
with dirt, having to break that.
Ooh. Well, the piglin almost got over to Infume.
Oh,
Has
look
to
at all these
break the block
pigs,
here to
though.
let
This
these
is
pigs
really
in
bad
now.
for Infume.
But luckily doesn't take any damage there. Both runners handling this seed very well so far. And yeah, as you mentioned, I feel like it really felt like these runners, every single time there's been a 50-50 decision, feels like a lot of times they just take the opposite of each other.
Right?
But here, both runners are going for the double triple, so at least that will be standardized. You know, it's not like one runner's going to get lucky over the other runner with a route or whatever. We're going to see the exact same thing there, and it's just going to come down to the pace at which they can route this bastion. Now, Aquacord, I'm checking out their
Only
trades and
9
whatnot.
obsidian
Yeah,
from Infume
9
screen, and
obsidian.
all of the gold was traded.
16.
Aquacord is 26 though.
26. What?
So I mean, Infume got like 12 obsidian in that one chest. So I think Infume's gonna be out here before Aquacord. I'm
what?
not sure how he made up
Wow.
time. He entered the bastion.
Huh?
Aquacord's playing a gap, nerdy. He
Huh?
has 13
What's
pearls.
happening?
Infume has 18 pearls.
What?
So there must have been a trade
What?
missing from somewhere.
Aquacord lost
and
the
this
trade
is huge.
somewhere.
This is huge for Infume fans. He's going to be in the fortress so much faster. Aquacord having to take off his armor here, playing really awkwardly, has a ton of pigs, so it's going to be a fast gap route, but Infume is just in the fortress.
Oh man, I'm really curious about that. That's fascinating stuff.
gosh,
But
look at
Infum
that-
handling these
look at
wither
this
skeletons
dodging!
really well.
Look at that
What a
dodging!
play! I mean,
That was easier gameplay.
That was elite. Wow, great play from Infum handling all of those wither skeletons and not taking one hit of damage.
Not a single lick.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. I mean, like, he
mentioned-
could have afforded to.
Oh,
but it
and
would've
me
made
on
the
the
seed more
playoffs
awkward, right? You only have this
broadcast.
15 flesh, so just really impressive stuff from Infum handling those wither skeletons.
Yes, Stacey is.
I mean, just completely perfectly. Now does have more wither skeletons, still trying to find the spawner, unable to do so. We see Aquacord now is finally leaving, does have those pearls as well. But notably, Aquacord here on 4 hearts does find the spawner
HG buys is
right
true.
away. Just finds a different part. Oh wait, no, was that not the spawner? Oh, maybe I'm
What
mistaken.
the hell?
Look at him back in World War III again.
Sorry.
Having to deal with all of these mobs. It's so scary being
do you mean
on 2
spawner?
hearts here. And is this a different part of the fortress? I'm not sure.
I think
Nerdy.
I thought I saw the spawner, but I was mistaken there. Yeah, it looks like he is in this part. I think we saw Infum go down this hallway. I think this was around the hallway that Infum.
Bro,
had to
these
deal with all
wither
the
skeletons are
skeletons. Good
insane.
stuff. A much simpler approach there to those.
No,
wither
Redcraft is in
skeletons there for
HVG.
Aquacord, but it does
Certainly.
totally work. It doesn't scare us as much, so that's nice. And now going to be trying to find the same spawner that Infum is playing right now. Gonna have to check up here. We know that's not it. So I think it should be able to find the spawner here pretty soon. I don't remember exactly which way. I think I was watching Aquacord when Infum found it, but now we
I think
see
they've
Infum
both
is
done, like,
blinding.
the same thing. Yeah, this is very interesting. I mean, Infum just so far ahead. Aquacord now finding the same spawner that Infum did. I think they literally took the exact same pathing through this fortress.
Oh.
Infum having to go
Again.
for another portal
Bro.
break. And he
Gets
gets it off
He
this
gets it.
time. So this
Wow.
has got to feel
Great
good
stuff.
for the confidence. This is really good for the pace here. He's got the gold picks. He's going to be able to blitz through all of this terrain here. He's pre-crafted. He just needs
He got it. He got it the
more
4th
rod here,
time.
and he's got so many blazes already. This is looking really good. Aquacord is going to be entering the stronghold so much slower. So Infum now leaving. Let's see where he's digging down. It's got to be close. It was 100 blocks in the overworld,
Right there.
and he's on
Digging
it.
down immediately, and just gonna pearl onto this fort leg to
Interesting.
just get the right Y level. And now it's building the portal here. 638. Gonna be entering the.
Yeah, actually, a
stronghold
pull break
here.
back row would go hard.
Sub 650.
Let's
so
stop into that.
now, Infum, let's see what this stronghold has to offer. Likes that sort of middle left direction. Gonna be sending it down this way. Takes a little bit of damage from the zombie, but it is a-okay if the portal room is here soon. And there it is. Gonna just get down
Interesting,
here.
not using a pearl there.
Yeah, I was a
Kinda
little
wanting to
surprised by that
save
too.
Pearls, I guess. He's on a
Yeah.
lot lower of a pearl count than Aquacord. You know, eyeing how many pearls he has there while dying to the silverfish. So he's got 5. He could have used one to hunger reset, but maybe it would have been a little bit weird if it wasn't a 1-eye. So he's going to be entering the end tier. It's open. This should be a clean 0 cycle from Infum here. It's a tall tower, but it's front. You have more time than usual. It's going to be T100.
You're really
For
strong.
somebody
I'm
at Infum,
surprised no
Famous
one's ever
last
should
time.
be no
done something like
problem.
that. Like, pull break is something you could macro really
Last
easily.
time Infum the chance to take the seed. This seed is
'Cause it's just
reminds me
full,
a lot of
like,
the
just
last one, I
timer.
will say, both with the portal break and with the 0 there. Infum able to take this seed though, unlike the last one. And that means, Parker, we're going to a game 5. Hey, I mean, that I
We're
cannot
going to a game
complain
5.
about that. We might not have gotten
Look,
the
Aquacord,
reverse
every game
sweep,
Aquacord has won
but
has gone to a game
is
5.
So, I mean,
So
Yeah,
he's
I-
not nervous with them.
yeah.
He could win a game
Um,
It
5.
would be the same
And-
result as a reverse sweep, though, Nerdy. Like, you could have
Mhm.
gotten the scoring right. You know,
Aquacord's
That
never
is
lost a
true.
game
That
5.
is true.
So
No, 100%.
it's
that
I
is
blame
true.
Nervous.
And I mean, Aquacord has been playing very well today. It is interesting. I feel like the seeds that Infum has won, he's really dominated on, honestly. And then the other seeds, it seems like, I mean, the first seed we saw the 2-eye there from Aquacord, which you could argue maybe is a little bit lucky for him. Maybe Infum could have taken that seed. But on that on the second win for Aquacord, we saw him a bit behind, but able to claw back the time in the stronghold. So great stuff there from Aquacord. But here, I mean, yeah, really came down to that Bastion, unfortunately. Did enter 3 seconds before Infum, but just did not get the Pearl trade. So I honestly don't exactly know where that Pearl trade was lost. I wasn't paying a close enough eye there on Aquacord, but still, regardless, Infume will take advantage of that.
It's not. Hey,
and
people
take
just like.
seed number 4 here, making it tied up. Match point 2-2.